So now I surrender. I surrender, Jesus, to you. Come on, join me, sing tonight.
This is Citi 87.3.
When I want to be with you, living for self, say, living for self. When I ought to live for you, holding back, when I need to give it all. Now I surrender, say, now I surrender, I surrender, Jesus to you. It's a very simple song, come on. You want to join us again? Take everything, say, take everything, take everything. All I want is you. All I really want is you. Take everything, say,
The city's biggest conversation.
take everything. All I want is you. All I really want is you. Jesus is you. Jesus is you. So Jesus is you. Jesus is you. Nothing else matters. Say Jesus is you. Say Jesus is you. Jesus is you. Say Jesus is you. Jesus is you.
Citi 87.3.
Can I go? Could I ever hide from you? If I flew to the ends of the earth, still your love will find me there. 'Cause you search my heart, and you know my deepest thought. Yeah, Lord, I surrender. I surrender, yeah, yeah. Lord, I surrender. Lord, I surrender to you, Lord.
Oh my God. All I want is you. Joe Metal featuring Na Mercy. Running from you when I ought to be with you. Living for self when I ought to live for you. Take everything. God never asks you for what you don't have. He is always demanding what you want to keep. He will never ask you for what you don't have. He will always ask you for what you have but want to keep. And what you let go determines what you get back. Take everything. What a beautiful way to start your morning. Surrender is the prerequisite for transformation. You can't really change if you don't surrender. If you are drowning and you keep insisting, the person trying to save you will only go down with you. It's when you surrender that you can be saved. So what are you holding on to? What's that you've got in your hand?
When I want to be
You've locked out people from that part of you that requires them to reach you to help you. So in this song, it's talking about the importance of letting go and letting God. Oh, this speaks to me in so many ways. The beautiful voice of Na Mercy in the background.
when I need to give it all. Now I surrender, say, now I surrender, I surrender, I surrender, Jesus to you, Jesus to you.
Join Joe Metal to say,
Take everything. Take everything. All I want is you. All I really want is you.
well, if you're driving, you don't need to lift your hands, but you can lift your voice and join. Take everything. Your health, your family, your finance, your worries and your fears, your tears, and all the things that cause you to stay awake at night. You need to learn the art of surrender. It's the prerequisite for transformation. And don't forget, this morning we're saying, God will never ask you for what you don't have. It's always for what you want to keep. And you can't really say you own something until you can open your hands and let it go. If it comes back to you, it really belongs to you. Business Sense brought to you by ADB, the People's Bank. Reach us on 0302-210-210 as we give you a variety of personal loans, including loan top-ups at highly reduced interest rates with longer tenures of up to 6 years, and offer open to non-customers as well. So we're going into the newspaper headlines shortly. Brought to us by Total Energies. The Bronya Lube Bay promo is on. Kicking off the holiday spirit with a special offer. If you can drive through Liberation Road, Tesano, Dakuman, Link Road, Sakumano, Farah Avenue, Oxford Street, Community 1 Stadium, and Apremdo Total Energy Service Stations, change your oil and get free elite car wash.
Vote for my husband. Alan's wife charges and says he will be a better president. More Alan stories. Alan Cash gains northern momentum as Alhaji Sadiq Boniface rallies Savannah region for change.
Well, the front page of the graphic business from me, Bernard, finally says 2 major mining pacts hang in the balance because Parliament is not sitting. Industrialization drive starved of oil funds. PIAC report reveals.
If you go to the Ghanaian Times, avoid hate speech ahead of elections. NCCE cautions Ghanaians, and CJ issues directives for 7 court processes on parliamentary officials. The Daily Post, Mahama tipped by EIU to win presidential vote. Poll shows, and he fellowships Mahama with the Kumasi clergy, or the clergy in Kumasi, and proposes peaceful solutions to parliamentary impasse. And finally, for me, the Economy Times, Ghana bags $840 million in oil revenue in Fairstaff, and BOG's gold coin effectiveness to tackle Ghana's dollarized economy critiqued.
Let me take you online. If I go to Channel 1 News, a few headlines. The Supreme Court to deliver judgment today. Asibe Yeboah says Bawumia can't be blamed for the economic mess. He also says the economy is on the right track. Omani Boama says they will collate 75% of votes by 11 p.m. on election day. And then he's also asking that officials should be closely monitored, or EC officials should be closely monitored. Bawumia launches e-pharmacy and telehealth service as well. And Mahama says he's asking the clergy to intensify campaign against LGBTQ+. So all these on Channel 1. If you go to citynewsroom.com, rising alcohol and drug abuse, as you said, among health workers threatening patient care. This is pretty bizarre. We need to talk about this, right? And then a lot of political stories that we're having. NDC inching to victory. A future NDC parliamentary candidate is saying. Chachikata says public perception of judiciary favoring the MPP is not healthy. And then NDC says we'll prove House of Chiefs president campaigns for MPP. So all of those on the political campaign. If you go to my John online, free dialysis is a lifeline, but why now? Dr. Sapongasidu questions NHIS rollout. And then the Chachu's interview is being quoted in multiple platforms. Vacant seat controversy. Courtesy of execution on speaker's ruling is unfounded. And then as you read this morning, GMA warns of rising alcohol abuse, sexual misconduct among doctors. It's pretty serious. And then, of course, Insia Sari says it's about the people, not politics, defending the free dialysis. So I think we'll go there this morning. The last thing I'll bring you is Trump's administration is taking shape, according to the BBC, with high-profile appointments underway. So, yeah, Donald Trump's return. Very interesting indeed. So where do you want to start from?
GMA. I'm starting from GMA.
Okay.
Let me take you to the anchor. You also have a version.
I have about two versions here.
Okay, let me take you to the anchor first. On page 2, says that the Ghana Medical Association has raised serious concerns regarding issues of alcohol misuse, drug abuse, and instances of sexual misconduct among some of its members across the country. President of the association, Dr. Frank Srebo, who voiced out the worried trend, said such behavior put patients' care at risk as affected doctors continue to work daily. He was speaking at the 66th Annual General Conference of the association in Ho. Quote, we have some health personnel involved in alcoholism and drug abuse, which impacts their quality of life. He added that there have been severe cases of sexual harassment by health workers, with many complaints still under review by the Medical and Dental Council. Dr. Srebo further expressed concern over rising legal actions against health facilities, noting that outcomes often reflect poorly on the profession.
Hey, this is serious. And then there are angles to this story. If you go to City Newsroom, as you read, William Nye is reporting that the GMA's annual general meeting, Dr. Srebo highlighted these troubling trends you mentioned. And then he says that this affected health professionals as they continue to interact with patients daily, despite behaviors that compromise the ability to provide safe, attentive care. So possibly the guy is drunk, but he's giving you medication. That's what he's saying. He's saying that these troubling trends of drug abuse, alcohol misuse, and sexual misconduct grows whilst they are interacting with patients every day. He said he's frustrated over what he called a decline in professionalism and growing complacency in healthcare. Here's a quote. Is professionalism in the health sector dwindling? Is there so much focus on greed and selfishness? At least all of us can attest to the escalation of lateness to duty, absenteeism, poor documentation, and also not advocating enough time to our employers. He also pointed out troubling patterns among health workers who say who he says often fall short of completing a full day's work. People walk into the hospital at 9 o'clock a.m. and by 12 noon, they are walking out, claiming they are done and expecting to be paid for 8 hours. But the question is, who is supervising? Who is the head of the institution? So the fact that somebody is a professional, does that mean they can't be supervised? In fact, being a professional means you should be professional. All right. We will deal with this later on the program. There's a lot of we have some health personnel who are involved in alcoholism, drug misuse, and abuse, which affect the quality of their life. There have been extreme circumstances and reported cases of sexual harassment perpetrated by health workers. There have been several legal suits with outcomes sometimes not being favorable to us as health workers. Indeed, sometimes we are left off the hook because the victims of our unprofessional chooses to blame witches and wizards instead of taking on the system. He called for greater accountability and discipline within the health sector, emphasizing the need for renewed commitment to patient care, ethical standards, and rigorous self-regulation among healthcare providers.
Interesting. Let's go to the courts, page 3 of the Ghanaian Times, and the biggest one has to do with the verdict from the Supreme Court today. Malik Suleimana writes that the Supreme Court will today deliver a ruling on the case of 4 vacant seats filed by Mr. Alexander Henyomark, leader of the NPP caucus in Parliament. Yesterday, a 5-member panel of judges presided over by the Chief Justice, Justice Gertrude Tokonu, listened to arguments from counsel for the plaintiff and the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Godfred Yeboah-Damin. The other members of the panel were Justices Mariama Owusu, SKA Siedu, E.Y. Jewu, and Y. Dakun Asari. So
also in the Memphis Central
case.
Yes,
I'll take you there on page 18 of the Daily Graphic. NDC's Joanna Kujo declared to contest. The Second D High Court has set aside the injunction that prevented Joanna Jan Kujo, NDC candidate for Memphis Central, from contesting the upcoming parliamentary election. The ruling followed an earlier adjournment in the case where the NDC sought for the court to lift the injunction on this candidate and dismiss the substantive disqualification.
Meanwhile, legal practitioner Shachichi Kata has been speaking about the Supreme Court. He's raised concern over growing perceptions that Ghana's judiciary may be leaning in favor of the ruling MPP, warning that such views could have serious repercussions for the country's democratic system. Mr. Chikata's remarks come amid findings from the 2024 Mo Ibrahim Index on African Governance, which revealed a sharp decline in Ghana's judicial autonomy. According to the report, Ghana's judicial independence has dropped from a full 100% to 50% over the last 7 years, signaling a major shift in public confidence in the judiciary. Speaking on GH1 TV, Mr. Chikata explained that such perceptions not only undermine public trust in the judiciary, but also affect the reputation and credibility of the entire legal profession. So he also commented on the Supreme Court.
Tell me about the free dialysis.
All right, now that's it's become a debate.
Really?
On many platforms, because some people are saying it's a political gimmick, and Dr. Nsia Sari is sort of countering that. So I'm going to read 2 stories from my journal online. The first one is attributed to somebody called Dr. Sapong Esiedu. He says, free dialysis is a lifeline, but why now? Then there's a response from Dr. Nsia Sari, who is the presidential advisor on health, who says it's about people, not about politics. So a fellow of the CDD, Dr. Kwame Sapong Esiedu, has questioned the timing of the upcoming free dialysis treatment program under the National Health Insurance Scheme to begin December 1. In an interview on Joy FM or Joy News, he expressed mixed feelings about the move, calling it necessary and affordable, but criticizing the delay in implementation. Now, his remarks come in response to the Vice President's announcement of the initiative aimed at providing all kidney patients covered by NHIS with free dialysis. All right. Now, if you now come to the response from Dr. Nsia Sari, Presidential Advisor on Health says government's plan to provide free dialysis is motivated by compassion, not politics. He said the decision to expand dialysis coverage is a well-considered one and it's a commitment to address the critical health needs of Ghanaians. Yes, government keeps its word. You remember when we said we're going to give free dialysis to the vulnerable group, that is 0 to 18 and also above 60, and 2 sessions for patients aged 18 to 59. Government kept its word, and we've also paid. Dr. Nsia Sari noted. Well, we can discuss that later on as well.
Well, just a quick update. The Ghana Airports Company has donated 2 dialysis machines and 2 treatment chairs to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. That story also makes the headlines in some of the newspapers today. I'm reading from the back page of the Daily Graphic.
All right, Nathan, what do you have for us?
If you go to the Economy Times, the front page is here, and PIAC has been speaking on oil revenue, and it says it's reached 840.7 million, a notable rise from 540 million in the same period, 2027. So we are talking January to June. So they compare the 2 periods. Now this shows a little over $300 million, translating into 55.6% a jump of that in oil revenue, primarily due to heightened production in part of the new Jubilee Southeast well.
Linked to that, Bernard, PIAC also breaks down which sectors of the economy is receiving money from oil stock, and it says that it has emerged, this is graphic business, has emerged that no transfer of funds from the annual budget funding amount, APFA, was made to support industrialization development for the first half of this year. This is surprising given that the country received a record-breaking $840 million in petroleum revenue. The development begs the question of whether industrialization is indeed a priority sector as trumpeted by the government. All priorities areas such as agri, including fisheries, fiscal infrastructure and service delivery in education, health and roads, rail and other critical infrastructure, received funding in the period under review, with the exception of industrialization.
All right.
Pretty
Let's
interesting.
go to elections. Esibe Eboa has been speaking on the point of view. He
What's he
says
saying?
free SHS has transformed lives. Beneficiaries are eager to vote for MPP.
Okay.
The chairman of the economic subcommittee for the MPP manifesto, Dr. Mark Esibe Eboa, has commended the government's free senior high school policy, emphasizing its transformative impact on students and families across the country. People are happy. Those who have enjoyed free SHS are queuing up to vote for the MPP. You might take it for granted. These things mean a lot to people. He highlighted advancements in agriculture, social interventions, and other areas such as evidence of government's commitment to delivering on its promise.
Let me take you
Still
to...
with elections and politics, right?
Okay, go on.
Baumia says, I will be president after 2024 polls. He was also speaking in the Ashanti region. He spoke about planting for food and jobs, free SHS, one district, one factory, and various digitalization programs. Now, still on the campaign trail, former President John Mahama has also been speaking to the clergy in Kumasi, and he's said a couple of things to them. He's asking them to intensify their campaign against LGBTQ+, and he's called for a political solution to the parliamentary impasse. Now, the presidential candidate of the NDC has made a strong appeal to the clergy to step up efforts in campaigning against LGBTQ+ activities in Ghana. He expressed concern about the potential impact of those activities on Ghanaian youth, stressing that such activities could have harmful effects on our society's younger generations. He was speaking during a fellowship with clergy in Kumasi on Monday, November 11, and pledged that should he assume office in 2024, he would prioritize efforts to counter LGBTQ+ influences in the country. Now, still on campaign now, Omani Boama has been speaking. He says they will collate 75% of results by 11 p.m. on election day. That's the director of elections of the NDC. He says that his party election directorate aims to collate a minimum of 75% of all total votes by 11 p.m. on December 7, 2024. I don't know if there's any more from the campaign trail.
No.
Well, Alan Chemating is on the road,
Okay.
and he arrived in the Ahafo region on the 10th of November. He has started his 2-day campaign tour in the Sunafo South, and he reaffirmed his commitment to including chiefs in his government. So whilst he's doing that, Boniface Sadiq is also in the Savannah region, also helping out.
We also
with
told
the
Alan's
campaign.
wife made a comment about people voting for him. I think it's one of the headlines
Yes,
as well.
it's one of the papers, the New Independent.
Okay.
The New Independent. Stories on page, they said it was on pages 3 and 4, but that's on page 4. So Alan's wife, Mrs. Patricia Christabel Chemating, has made a heartfelt appeal to Ghanaians, urging them to vote for her husband in the upcoming election. She says, quote, Alan has a true vision for this country. I believe with all my heart he'll be a great president, one who genuinely cares about the people and is ready to bring real lasting change.
All
End
right.
quote.
I'll take you to page 47 of the Daily Graphic with some football. Double trouble for Black Stars is the headline. Ghana's Black Stars are facing a major blow ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations double header against Angola and Niger, as 8 key players have pulled out due to injuries and personal reasons. These absences add to Ghana's mounting challenges as the team currently finds itself in a precarious position on the verge of an exit after failing to secure a single victory in the qualifiers so
8
far.
players?
Yes, so
Who are
this is Antoine Semenyo, Iñaki Williams, Jonas Ajete, Tariq, Jerome Opoku, Alexander Jiku, Ibrahim Osman, and Joseph Payne. So among those ruled out, some of them have cited injuries, others have also cited personal
Are you sure
concerns.
this is not like a revolt against the system?
No, I don't think so.
8 is a lot too.
They are injured.
Are you? Meanwhile,
And then let me tell you about the AstroTurf, Wesley Grammar School, big school.
it's just
so-
Danso Makuko photo area.
So the MPP parliamentary candidate for Ablekuma North constituency, Nana Kuya Uswe Free, has cut sword for the construction of an artificial football turf at the Wesley Grammar Senior High School in Dansuma.
This is so terrible.
The gesture forms
I
part
don't even
of...
know why it's become such a thing.
So you let me read the story.
No, I won't let you read it. Let me read this one.
But congratulations to... Speaking of this, congratulations to, I don't know, Abdul Salam's, Sabato's brother, New Edubiasi.
What is it?
He did a pitch.
A proper pitch.
He did green grass with lights.
Where is this?
Edubiasi.
So this is Ashanti.
Yes, the pitch that they did is grass.
For a football team.
Complete. He did a complete pack.
Wow, in Edubiasi.
Yes.
Now, bad news, GHA workers to strike over National Roads Authority Act, and they say the strike begins today.
Today?
Yes. The union and senior staff of the Ghana Roads Authority has announced a nationwide strike. This could have implications for road construction. According to the union, the strike begins Tuesday, November 12, in protest against the implementation of the National Roads Authority Act 1118. The strike will continue indefinitely. It involves workers at Ghana Highway Authority's head office, regional offices, road maintenance units, and other facilities across the country. Well, I don't know why they are doing this, but basically they are also demanding the removal of their board chairman, engineer Ike Mensah, and CEO Collins Donko, accusing them of failing to engage workers adequately during the drafting of the act and endorsing reforms that did not serve the interest of staff or improve the authority's operations. I'm hoping that the new act is for Ghanaians. It shouldn't just be about the workers, right? So we need to look into the act. 2
international headlines for you, Bernard. Botswana's new vice president will double as their finance minister. You find details on page 5. And then in Mauritius, Pravin Jagnot, who is the incumbent prime minister, has lost the election. Now it's interesting because Afrobarometer, if you look at the Afrobarometer, all the countries where Afrobarometer has said that people were not happy with the current state of governance, elections have lost.
Consequences. So
yes.
Even Mauritius,
yes,
which is a relatively stable country.
Yes.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Godfred. That was the news about review. Coming up next is the Citi Business News. Stay
That's
with
true.
us.
Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Joe Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel. Say Excellium. Choose Excellium. Choose quality.
My buddy, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh you go work, but you know it's out there your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out there your side. And when you dream, no say I live for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I live for you. Many want. If I believe I live your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I lay your side, fidelity.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 05500-32231. Beaver, a taste you'd love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News with Nashika Caesar. Good morning, Na.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goyle and EcoBank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Coming up, industry players advocate for constructive engagement between the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, and the business community to address mounting concerns over tax collection practices. Also coming up, economic watchers concerned over Ghana's surging food inflation levels. They demand action from the government. And later, French-owned companies employed over 11,000 Ghanaians in 2022 as against the 9,500 recorded in 2018. We'll tell you more. Let's now settle for the details of our stories. A tax analyst, Francis Timorboy, is advocating for more constructive engagement between the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, and the business community to address rising concerns over tax collection practices. Businesses have recently voiced frustration with the GRA's approach, with the former Ghana Association of Banks President Al-Hassan Andani notably comparing the authority's methods to those of a terrorist organization. In an interview with Citi Business News, Francis Timorboy emphasized the need for the GRA enforcement officers to adopt a more customer-centric approach. He believes that proactive, transparent communication with businesses could not only ease tensions but also foster a more cooperative environment that encourages compliance.
For me, these instances indicate that the stakeholders out there see GRA's enforcement methods as creating tension between the GRA and then the various stakeholders, and we need a balance such that businesses can still operate whilst the GRA also goes to them to collect their revenue. We must understand that the GRA exists to collect revenue. It's the government agency responsible for the collection of taxes in Ghana in accordance with the tax laws. In as much as we know that sometimes there will be deficits and therefore there will be pressure on GRA to collect more, we need to do this in a more friendly manner. So the GRA, my advice would be that they must adopt a more customer-centric approach. There should be regular engagement with the business community, especially those that are organized like GUTA and then the foreign chambers. Let them understand their business models and then also their obligations as they operate in Ghana. Let's create that opportunity for business to voice out their concerns so that they will all understand that whilst you operate in Ghana, there are taxes that you have to also pay. And I also think that the enforcement officers and the tax officers, maybe we need some soft skills training for them so that they will be able to reduce the friction that exists between themselves and the taxpayers as they go around interacting with them.
That was tax analyst Francis Timorboy speaking there. Now, financial economist with the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Lord Mensah, is raising concerns over the future of African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA, which is set to expire in 2025. The AGOA initiative offers eligible African countries duty-free access to the U.S. market, fostering economic growth, and its expiration could have severe implications for economies relying on this vital access. Speaking to Citi Business News, Professor Lord Mensah highlighted the critical role AGOA plays in boosting trade and economic growth across Africa, but pointed out that the initiative's renewal now hangs in the balance as uncertainty surrounds whether it will be extended and that a Donald Trump U.S. presidency who is set to implement shifts in U.S. trade policy.
Once it's an agreement, we expect that it will expire. But then having him been elected, I foresee more uncertainty when it comes to the renewal of, such initiatives. So, we should brace ourselves for, possibilities of not getting such agreements renewed. Businesses, they must appreciate that anytime Donald Trump is in power or anytime Republicans are in power, it's American business. And that is when, you see interest rates in America is tend to be going up. And we all know very well that, for you to attract investment, if the Americans can provide a good alternative, I don't think you can get, those investments. And businesses tends to boom when, there are spillovers of, business from Americas and other places. So we may have to, brace ourselves of possible dry up of dollar circulating globally, but then it will be doing well in America.
Professor Lord Mensah is a financial economist with the University of Ghana Business School. Moving on, economic watchers continue to raise alarm over Ghana's surging food inflation levels, calling for immediate action to tackle the trend. Inflation recently surged slightly in October 2024 to 22.1%, up from the 21.5% recorded in September. The spike in overall inflation was attributed to higher rates recorded in both food and non-food categories. Food inflation surged from 22.1% to 22.8%, with non-food inflation taken up from 20.9% to 21.5%. Professor Godfred Bokin has been speaking on the issue.
If you look at food inflation in Cote d'Ivoire, in Kenya, inflation in Burkina Faso, and you look at food inflation in Togo, Benin, clearly it's an indictment. These are specific policy failures, right? It's an indictment on planting for food and jobs. It's an indictment on our propaganda about how agriculture has performed, but it's not showing, it's not reflecting. I think we should all be concerned when you see food inflation stubbornly stuck around that. And in fact, if you look at it from the third quarter of 2021 and you track the data, you see that food inflation has been problematic. In fact, if you look at the regional distribution of food inflation, you will see that between 2021 to now, food inflation in some regions were as high as 70% year-on-year basis. So some of these things require specific policy interventions to address some of these challenges, given that Ghanaians spend approximately, I think, between 42 to 44% of household expenditure is on food.
You heard the economist Professor Godfred Bokwin speaking there. Now, the number of Ghanaian employees working in French-owned companies rose to over 11,000 in 2022, as against the 9,500 recorded in 2018. This is according to statistics from the France-Ghana Economic Report 2023-2024. Daniel Odro-Mensah has been studying the document and brings us more.
The report also highlighted an increase in the number of temporary employees in French companies, which rose to 2,150 in 2022, up from 2,088 in 2018. This represents a 3% increase. Additionally, the number of expatriates employed by French companies grew to 226 in 2022, up from 204 in 2018, marking a 9.7% rise. In terms of direct employment, French companies in Ghana provided approximately 11,500 jobs in 2018. This number declined slightly to 11,190 in 2019 and further to 11,050 in 2020. However, the figures rebounded in 2021, reaching nearly 11,850 and surged to around 13,100 in 2022. For indirect jobs, there were over 23,600 recorded in 2018, which increased to more than 24,500 in 2019. The number continued to rise, reaching just over 24,900 in 2020 and skyrocketing to more than 35,000 in 2021. By 2022, indirect employment has surged to nearly 39,000.
Daniel Oduo-Mensah filed that report. Now let's have a quick market check on the currency board across some forex bureaus. The dollar could be sold to you at 17 cedis. The British pound could be sold to you at 21 cedis 10 pesos, while the euro could be sold to you at 18 cedis 20 pesos. And that's all for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and Echo Bank. My name is Nashi Kasiza. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
For over 60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuels. Goil brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in Goil stations nationwide. Goil Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Goil Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with Goil Super XP. Who feel ya? Huh? Who be feel? Good energy. Joy
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees. Mommy chop money. Cratchy. Mommy rent. Emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town. More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got. Dial *770# for money emergencies and chop life.
For emergency access to your bank accounts, transfers, utility payments, loans, and more. Dial *770#. Bank on the go even without data with EcoBank's short code for digital banking. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
My man, I heard there's a new app on the streets that does it all for you.
Ah, really? How is that possible?
Charlie, I also could not believe it too. But I downloaded the app and I'm telling you, I was able to chat with my friends, make video calls and...
Well, we know of many apps that can do that.
Oh, let me finish la. I was also able to listen to the latest songs, play games and read the latest sports news.
For real?
Yeah, and I can send and receive money from the app. Amazing, no?
What's the name of this app?
It's called Ayoba.
Ayoba?
Yeah, Ayoba.
Get Ayoba, your all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, share, play, pay, and listen to music all in one app for everyone. Enjoy Ayoba with MTN and download the Ayoba app today. Everywhere you go.
Auntie can cook.
Dado. Me dey in the Nana Brown. But Dado spices here what Jenny say. Nanya good taste. If we say yeah the natural spices and I you want all purpose stew, noodles, curry and nutmeg and a jollof. Dado spices taste yummy, taste lemon. Dado spices taste day inside. FDIG a jedi in kratoya too.
We understand the excitement and preparations that comes when your child gains admission into senior high school. But we at the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB PLC, also understand the financial burden this comes with. The chop box, trunk, school mattress, you name it. That's why we have partnered with Prospectus Ghana Limited to offer financial support for parents by introducing the ADB Quick Purchase. With a smart loan of up to 20,000 Ghana cedis, you can pick up all the items on your child's prospectus for school. ADB PLC offers you a repayment plan of 12 months to relieve you of all that heavy financial burden. Every ADB customer who receives their salaries through the bank, military and police personnel, and all other workers on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll qualify for this facility. Walk into any ADB branch nationwide or any Prospectus Ghana Limited office near you to apply for the ADB Quick Purchase. Terms and conditions apply. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, truly a Greek and more.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Oh my, it's
7:15. Still listening to the Citi Breakfast Show. Coming up next is Kickoff. the latest from the world of sport. But before that, the City Business News was brought to us by EcoBank. Many people may not know their emergency numbers, but there's one you should remember. Star 770 hash is the new EcoBank money emergency number. So any money issues, just dial star 770 hash. No need to panic in any money emergency situation. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank. MTN also brought to us the City Business News. With Buy Now, Pay Later with Symmetro, you can now buy a sleek and trendy smartphone and enjoy the luxury of paying in convenient weekly or monthly installments. All the phones come with 2 GB free data, so you can share your pictures and stay connected. Go and share the exciting news with your family and friends and stay connected on the smart side of life with MTN and Symmetro. Gabby, your first in the house. It's time for Kickoff. Kickoff is brought to us by Zonda Ghana, your one-stop shop for quality trucks like Shantui bulldozers, excavators, graders, payloaders, rollers, and everything you need. All made and assembled right here in Ghana. Call 0501-772-2222 or visit any of their 7 branches nationwide. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana. Polytank is also bringing us Kickoff. When it comes to water storage tanks in Ghana, there's only one name. It's Polytank. They've been doing this for over 30 years and they are trusted by different generations. Go for guaranteed quality. Choose Polytank. Polytank near Papa Nunye. Let's get into Kickoff, the latest from the world of sport.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Welcome, it's Tuesday, November 12. Time now for the very latest in the world of sports. Thanks to Shaw Lachelle, Zonda GH, and Polytank Ghana, Papa Ninye. Coming up in the next 10 minutes.
I think the motivation is always the football that we play. I mean, we have good people here in Ghana who support us every day and in everything. It's a big loss for us, but also at the end of the time, at the end of the day, we still have a team to cover up. And then I'm not really scared about that. But like I said, everybody is crucial to the team. So one is not there, one is ready to play.
Well, Black Stars defender Gideon Mensah speaks on the 8 players that have withdrawn from the 2 games in the upcoming 2025 AFCON qualifiers. More from day 1 of the training session that happened yesterday at Accra Sports Stadium. Also, we'll get some reactions from United's new boss, Ruben Amorim, as he made his first appearance at the club's Carrington training grounds yesterday. Let's get into the details. And 8 players took part in Ghana's first training session. Preparation for Friday's AFCON qualifier against Angola in Luanda. Now, the session held at the Accra Sports Stadium was led by head coach Otowado. The squad included 3 locally based players. Razak Simpson, he plays for Nations FC. Isaac Afu of Samatex. There's Emmanuel Entry of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Now, they were joined by 5 foreign-based players. That's Gideon Mensah, Kudus Mohamed, Elisha Usu, Jojo Wolacott, and Osman Bukhari. Now, an increased turnout is expected for today's training as more players are set to arrive. That's last night. Ghana will take on Angola and Luanda on Friday before wrapping up the qualification campaign at home against Niger following that will be played on Monday at the Accra Sports Stadium on November 18. But let's get some reactions from one of the players who took part in yesterday's training session, Gideon Mensah, and he's reacted to the number of key players that have dropped out of the squad for the 2 games against Angola and Niger.
For me, I think first of all, every player in the national team is very crucial to the team, and then obviously we have players that we are always looking up to see in the national team, and we have players that are also there to support when the other players are not there. I mean, it's a big loss for us, but also at the end of the time, at the end of the day, we still have a team to cover up, and then I'm not really scared about that. But like I said, everybody is crucial to the team, so one is not there, one is ready to play. So we are made for this. The journey is always not going to be smooth. We've come to the junction where we have to hope and then work for ourselves. So obviously, like you said, we're going to watch the game and then see what's going to happen in the game. But at the end of the day, the focus is to win our 6 points, and then everything that's going to happen on the side, we are there for it.
Well, the Black Stars would have to win their next 2 games and hope that Sudan loses its 2. Here's Gideon Mensah once again on the players' motivation for the upcoming test.
I think the motivation is always the football that we play. I mean, we have good people here in Ghana who support us every day and then every time that we play. So obviously, like we are here for a game like this, and then we are all, mentally we are prepared for this. So I don't think we have any other thing to think about other than the game. So that's the motivation for us. Even if we were performing very, very good in the national team, we're still not going to be like the performance in our club, because obviously like you're playing a club where you've been training for like the whole season together, and then every day, and then you come to the national team and then you have like 3 days, 4 days to train, and you have a game. And then obviously like you said, it's not always going to be the performance but I know that every player here in the national team is ready to fight for the country and then ready to fight for the shirt. We may not always get it how we want it to go in the game, but I promise you that we're always working to get what the results that Ghanaians want from us. For me personally, I don't think I'm thinking about what's going to happen in the next 4 months or 3 months. What is important for me now is these 2 games. So the focus is on these 2 games. I'm not thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow. I just want to get 6 points for Ghana and then we see what's going to happen.
All right, so his ambition is to get 6 points for Ghana and then see what happens. That's a Black Stars defender, Gideon Mensah, speaking after yesterday's training session at the Accra Sports Stadium. The team will continue later today. That's a training session at 5 p.m. This time not open to the media and the public. We stay with the Black Stars, and despite Otuado's recent struggles with the national team, he has received praise from Abdul Karim Zito, who is a former under-20 head coach, now head coach for Dreams FC, and Zito described him as a tactical strategist.
This coach you see, nobody can divert his course. You see him, I like him for one thing, he's very disciplined and then very tactical. What he wants to do is what he did. So to me, I'm very happy. They only have, if he gives them the opportunity, they only have to play well so that they give another opportunity to the rest of the Africa. Because seriously, when you are in Europe, looking at what Europeans are doing, and then you come to Africa, it will be very difficult for you to come in for a local player. It's a fact, because we have to do extra. The local players have to do extra before they come. But when you see those, I talk about something myself some times ago, and the entry to is not doing badly at all with and the Samatas well. So to me, I'm okay with them only if they are given the opportunity. Even if it is 10 minutes, they should show that local players are not so bad. We are also good.
All right, so that's Dreams FC's head coach, Abdul Karim Zito, speaking highly of Black Stars head coach, Otuado. Taking into Kumasi and one other venue, that's the Babara Sports Stadium. Well, the news is that the National Sports Authority board chairman, his name is Seth Paum, he's reviewed that the pitch at the Babara Sports Stadium has shown significant improvement after it was closed following CAF's decision to revoke the stadium's license. The stadium last hosted an AFCON qualifier against Angola back in September, but was shut down due to the poor condition of the pitch and inadequate drainage.
Baba Yara is equally undergoing, let me say, returfing kind of, and it has come of age. The grass is up to standard now. Considering after the game, we would go to Baba Yara as well to have a review of the work so far done there. Yes, so that we can attest whether it is ready, then we can allow Kumasi Asante Kotoko to return to the pitch.
All right, so that's NSA board chairman Seth Paum speaking to City Sports. There will take you to Europe and Premier League referees. Referee, of course, no referees. David Coots has been suspended after a video allegedly making derogatory comments about Liverpool, and the club's former manager Jurgen Klopp was circulated on social media. What the refereeing body PGMOL says the suspension comes in force with immediate effect and is pending a full investigation. On the part of United, interim boss Ruud van Nistelrooy has left the club after not being given a role in new manager Ruben Amorim's backroom staff. The 48-year-old Dutchman took over at Old Trafford on an interim basis after compatriot Erik ten Hag was sacked, and he managed the team to 3 victories and a draw in 4 games during his time as caretaker boss. Meanwhile, incoming boss Ruben Amorim says he's not naive and knows it's going to be very difficult before starting his new job as United boss.
I feel ready for the new challenge. I'm not naive. I know that it's going to be very, very different, very tough, but I feel that I'm ready. I'm in peace now. I can focus on my new job, and I'm looking forward for start tomorrow.
All right, so that's United's boss, Ruben Amorim, speaking there. We do some national team news and tennis before we leave the studios. And Aston Villa midfielder Morgan Rogers has been called up to England's squad for November's Nations League International after 8 players withdrew through injury. So the 8 players are Chelsea, Per Levi Colwill and Cole Palmer, Arsenal duo Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka, Manchester City midfielders Phil Foden and Jack Grealish, Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold and Southampton's Aaron Ramsdale have all pulled out. England will face Greece on November 14 and the Republic of Ireland on November 17. Finishing off with some tennis and Casper Ruud stand and out of sorts Carlos Alcaraz to begin his ATP Finals campaign with a straight set victory in Turin. The Norwegian seeds won 6-1, 7-5 for his 50th victory of the season, yet only stead in 12 matches. That's your sport. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports GH. We'll be back later at 5 p.m. with more on the traffic avenue. We call it Sports Flash. My name is Gabriel Fair. Kickoff was proudly brought to you by Shell, La Shell, Zonda GH, and Polytangana. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care of yourself, and bye-bye.
Well, yo, I did tire for Abu Chef. See, everything I do, Abu won't do some. Last year, I bought a cattle farm in Yanton. I see he go buy a farm next to mine. I marry Fauzia. No, he marries Fauzia's sister. I buy my motorbike. I see, no, he go buy motorbike too.
Hey, but you don't see, since you buy your bike, he has bought 4 motorbikes, which have all broken down. You know they maintain bikes at all.
His problem be say he dey put wrong lubricant for his bike inside. The correct motorbike oil where if you put inside be Shell Advanced Lubricant. Shell Advanced Lubricant be the only motorbike oil where they make them for motorbike to protect engine, clutch and brake. Where no. Wait me, wallahi, I no go tell him, Shell. Hey, well, wait, where you dey go?
If you don't go tell Abu, me I dey go tell him say make you use Shell Advanced Lubricant for him bike.
Hey.
Visit any Shell station or distributor today to get your Shell Advanced Lubricant for your motorbike. Shell Advance, complete protection for your bike.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years now? I just got awarded the deal. But the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, power pickups, 4 land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks. Made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sales service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing.
You haven't seen my Zonda Power Pickup, which I take to the office? Strong, durable, and tough on our roads.
Hey, that's from Zonda too?
Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy.
Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light-duty trucks. Located at Tema, off the Aflao Road. Call 0501 772 222 or 0501 773 333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
Poletankinye, Papa Nunye, Poletankinye, Papa Nunye,
Papa Naka Mesio,
Papa Nunye Kamesio, Only one Poletan, strong and reliable, trusted by generation. We want the citizens to buy only Poletan. Hey, Poletan, hey, Poletan, hey, Poletan. Poletankinye, Papa Nunye, Poletankinye, Papa Nunye, Accra Plumbers, say so.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa, Sankofa, Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa, Sankofa, Sankofa pepper powder. Etiang hawo, go better near Potoyoa. Sankofa got you covered. Go for Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa, Sankofa, Sankofa pepper powder. Abuna bunu abonje krakra. Sankofa pepper powder. Red and hot, very natural. Sankofa pepper powder. Chinchinga and Nambia. Sankofa pepper powder. Noodles, Ghana jollo. Sankofa pepper powder. Esisia nete. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa, Sankofa, Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa, Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder.
Join the Republic Verse. Enter the Republic Bank space. Online or within the banking hall, we open the right doors for you to make the most of life. With our suite of superb banking products and services, our clients, corporate, SME, investments, and individuals get to enjoy amazing benefits. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're the one for you.
The Association of Ghana Industries, in collaboration with the Ministry of Trade and Industry and the Ghana Standards Authority, presents the 13th AGI Ghana Industry and Quality Awards. Theme: Navigating the Uncertainties of a Business Landscape to Sustain Productivity. Date: Wednesday, 20th November 2024. Time: 6 p.m. at the Accra International Conference Center. Major sponsors: GASM, GCB Bank, Softcare FM Manufacturing Company, Goyle, Promasidor, Petrosol, Wilmar Africa, Olam Agri, Activa International Insurance, Ghana Gas Company, Rona Motors, B5 Plus, GB Foods. Co-sponsors: Coca-Cola, Guinness Ghana Breweries, Accra Brewery Limited, Arcadia Industries, ATL, Casapreco, Sleek Garments. For tickets, please call 024-449-9101. Be part of this excitement.
Be awesome and switch to Samsung Galaxy A06. It's affordable yet powerful. Visit your nearest shop and buy now.
This is the story of Kofi Ban from Takwa. His story has just begun, but it has a world of opportunity ahead of it. His first day at school, his last day in SHS, going to the university, getting into the fast food business, expanding into the delivery business, and
everything to look forward to. And just like Kofi Ban's story, Absa Bank believes there's something special about your story. And we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. Absa.
You can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
Has the exchange rate not exposed Dr. Baumia and the NPP? At the end of December 2016, the cedi to dollar exchange rate was 4 Ghana cedis to $1. Today, it's about 16 Ghana cedis to $1. This is more than 4 times the amount of cedis one needed to buy $1 in 2016. Today, as a result of the free fall of the cedi, many businesses have lost significant amount of their working capital, with many collapsing in the process. Did they not say yeti sikaso? Yeti sikaso. Ghanaians are worse off as prices continue to soar on a daily basis. Putting food on the table has become a daily struggle. The hardship is real. It's time for change. Vote for change. Vote for John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Big goal. Big goal. Big goal.
Hey, number one everywhere you go. Big goal. For the friends and the family. Big goal. Big refreshing moment. Big goal. For the kids and the adults. Big goal. Boys and girls with a drink up. Big goal. Everywhere the party day. Big goal. We go mash up the place with it. Big goal. Greatest in every battle. Big goal. Big goal. Big goal. Greatest in every battle. refreshing moment.
Big old drink. Big refreshing moment.
Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
I didn't need bomb. I think he's going, he crazy. I take, Bama daddy super Odi. I pay consent, na all you, the shay. As to come on na Odi. Ubeti, hey, Araba. And right here, me home, Baba. Say I'm a friend. And Dada, oh, come back on the Mr. Oya Wildo. Or by if you're the Jack man, ya go. Hey, me say, me one for what they want to see. I just stand and it's what in the tent. Araba so call, talk, bele. Why did you home from the call? The marketing can and let it go. Tia me a part, why? I said, me so to the pinot, now the common wine. Want to be a facoto, I am fine. She call me a poma, Pacobo, over. A brassy, casting nova. Kitty, Yana Cobo Black Star, Mr. POP, who refused your pop, one up, blaster. Woo! Disaster. Mr. P.O.P. I judge him up the one and all powder, so the cocoa tea. Oko Cape, what's the FW? Yan and Yanko Beman, I don't the same, pardon the tea. Can't see, and with that, Mark Market, or by your boomer, who be that. See, media me a while, and yet to be a micha, and man if you let me, honey cha. Woody me one bra, mo baby, Woody, Mususua, ha, Mokonko Bisa, me ye Kiko, at the Quata Kwamachi, then ye Tico, Apada, Yakakania, was the torch, oh gosh, Oba me yada, or your Porsche. What to be tacky one day grab and I be a one torch. And so, Oboa, Mr. P.O.P. why I say, one change a moi, was your baby, not one more, the Nako Popo, I was so put him to Lipa Yamwa, or Chia Emma, Wahala, Bema, or Soto Villa, as MSC, Joking man on fire, Mr. P.O.P.
$7:38. Lord Kenya. Giving you a quick round of birthday requests. A bit of concern for us this morning. You know, the roads we are complaining about have not even been done. Now the highway workers say they won't work again. 25 days to election. No kejo. Please say a happy birthday to Nwete Ablade Dote Watson of Asda Basic School, Adenta, who's 7 years old today, from his dad, mom, and his siblings. Not Nwete Ablade Dote Watson. And here's another one. Happy 9th birthday to Erabaya Tabua Ousu of the Roman Rich School. May you grow each year to fulfill awesome potential. May God bless you abundantly from Papa, Mama, Dasibre, and all the family. To Iraba Iya Tabua Ousu. Today is a special day for an amazing wife and a wonderful mother of the Adai family. I invite the entire world to join me to celebrate my special love and wife of my youth, Mrs. Lydia Ampia Adai. We cherish your love and devotion to us all these years. You are a special gift to us and mankind. Through the changing scenes of life, you've been there for me and the children. Happy birthday from all of us. Nana Duke Leslie, Papa, Aman Shira, and my good self. This from George Apia Adai to his wife, Lydia Apia Adai. Happy birthday to the General Secretary of the Ghana Association of Small Scale Miners, Godwin Niama. I pray that God blesses you with all the good things in life, health, wealth, happiness, and success. May your dreams come true and may you achieve all you set out to do. From Richard Azameti. And to Anita Ba Hayford from Mankesim, CEO of Baupa Foundation. Please wish my wife and sunshine, Mrs. Dedevi Kagbe Tenkrang, a blessed birthday. You're always my heartbeat is heavenly around you. Mami Sewa, Prof, and the rest that will follow are highly favored for having you as their mom. Happy birthday to you. This is from Kumi in Tema. And to Elikem Kojo Amegashi of Excel Communities Lashibi, grade 6 Oinks. God, or is it Onyx? God is worthy of praise from your dad, mom, Mr. and Mrs. Amegashi, and your brothers Etonam Elome and baby Kofi. A couple more coming through before we get into the issues for the day.
Yes. I want to say happy birthday to Cleopatra Nketia. She's owner and CEO of Rich City FC, a women's football club, and she's a fellow board member of the Ghana Football Award. So, Cleo, happy birthday to you. I wish you the very, very best.
Okay. Cleopatra.
Yes.
All right, now, if you're looking for litigation-free land, contact Royal Kingdom Estate. We specialize in land acquisition, construction, design, property management, and more. With properties in prime areas like Accra and Ebri, with land starting at 90,000 cedis. We offer flexible payment plans, affordable homes ranging from 2 bedrooms, premium furnished apartments, and more. And this is at East Airport. Visit our cantonment office opposite SoClinic International, or call 055-755-909 or 027-277-8880, or send email to info@royalkingdomestate.com. If you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost, a vibrant student experience in a community that equips you with useful, employable skills, taking you one step closer to the career of your dreams, then Lancaster University has this and more, with up to 50% plus scholarship for your degree at Lancaster University. Be taught at the finest faculty trained to UK standards at our campus. Call 0209 60 70 08 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Now, here's a question. Are you ready to take control of your career? Then join Absa Bank Ghana's free Ready to Work webinar titled Navigating the Job Market on Thursday, 14 November. We'll be live at Absa Bank Ghana's Facebook and YouTube channels from 11 a.m. tomorrow. No, actually, that's Thursday. Okay. That's Thursday the 14th. Learn from experts as they share valuable insights on job search strategies, developing a winning CV, current interview techniques, career development, and more. Your story matters, APSA. And get ready for a game changer. If you're an SME, MTN is introducing Yellow Biz, our new multi-service bundle with everything you need for smarter business solutions. It's called an all-in-one package. Consists of 4G plus router, 10 gig of free data. Yeah, Microsoft Office 365 genuine applications. We also have Webways, a customized business website for your business, and then Unicom Service, a unified business communication solution. All these are more available. Simply call 100 or visit mtn.com.gh/business. All right, now it's funny. The two issues. My concern is highway strike. Godfrey's concern is doctors drinking. It's crazy. This morning, it's funny. The kind of story that appeals to you determines your struggles, which is interesting because you this morning were talking about potholes being patched, yet you seem more concerned about doctors abusing drugs and alcohol, sexual harassment.
Reports of it,
and
by doctors themselves.
Yeah, it's pretty serious. I'm worried about the highways because, for me, if you pick, probably apart from education, my favorite subject is roads. I think my favorite. And the way I do it is when I drive somewhere, I use myself as an experiment. So when I went to Latte, I wanted to use the Dodowa side, and they advised me that if I do that, my car will not be in the same place. So I just came back through a bridge. So for me, when I drive on a road and I see, so I like what I see at Flower Pot. It's looking really nice.
Right.
Although I heard some interesting thing former President Mahama said about the road. In a voice clip somewhere, he was complaining that the original design that they had, the MPP wasted time and went to do the tunnel, and if they had done it, some long issue. I'm sure when the president launches it on next week, we'll discuss it. My worry is whether this strike will affect the projects that are being done. The last time I was going to Choco, I used Obechebi Lamte, and there was a lot of traffic because that road was being done and it hadn't finished. I think the biggest road being done, the day we were going to Isuom, we went through in Sawam, and we used the Amasaman road. I had gone to do a football thing in Amasaman, and I just got lost because the road, it was being constructed at a very fast pace, but it was very difficult to navigate. So what I'm trying to say is that these roads must finish. They have to finish before the end of the year, before Christmas. And the highways workers say don't work again. It's worrying me now. Here's what the chairman of the highway workers are saying. Now, Godfrey, what worries me about these strikes is it seems to me as if the workers are in just for themselves. All right. When the proposal to merge we and VRA, the workers were very angry. I remember the last time they were angry at the poor service they give us. Do you get it? Highway Authority. They are angry because some new law or act is coming, which will probably disadvantage them.
How does it disadvantage?
I don't even know.
Tell us.
And I'm not even going to the details. My concern is that it looks like the workers of Ghana are only interested in themselves. They're not interested in the people they work for.
A long time ago in Bethlehem.
It's terrible. So, and I'm not necessarily against the strike, right? But I just feel like they are there sometimes and forget why they are there. That's how I see it. And this is not limited to highways workers. It could be any group. They will go on strike because, they are coming to merge. And sometimes these mergers, and again, I'm speaking very generally, these new laws may be put in place for operational efficiency. All right? Maybe you have too many staff. Maybe they are not productive enough. Okay? And the productivity question must be addressed. But every time the workers say, hey, won't agree. Yet our potholes are not patched. We don't have street lights. Fine, you don't provide the money. But I feel like sometimes if these guys who do their work do it more conscientiously, we'll have a better, you get me? Street lights not working. Some of it is just maintenance. Fine, the workers don't provide the tools themselves. So sometimes management must be brought to book. But I'm not impressed when I hear all these workers sort of in a self-interest way embark on some strike just because some new law is coming to change one thing or the other. We'll probably get into the details and I may change my position on this particular one. But let's hear the chairman of the Ghana Highways Authority Workers, I think that's the name, right? Noble Yasroku. Is that the name? Noble Yasroku. Okay, Caleb, you know these people, so you should be okay. Anyway, play his voice. Noble Yasroku.
The workers of Ghana Highways Authority have lost confidence in the two officers, that is the board chairman and chief executive. We are asking that the president remove them with immediate effect. Details of the strike action. The reason: ungranted demands. Start dates: Tuesday, the 12th of November 2024. That is tomorrow. Duration: indefinite. All offices of Ghana Highways Authority will remain closed. Head office, all regional offices, road and bridge maintenance units, housing load weighing stations, residence engineer, and every project under Ghana Highways Authority.
Okay, that was rather short. So let's go into this. Why are they striking, Caleb? What do you know? What I've been told is they are angry with some appointments and they also don't like the new act, which is called Act 1118. So that's what I know from the story I've seen here.
Yeah.
They have demands including the cessation of the implementation of the act, revocation of some appointments made under that act, which they argue violates their constitution. Do you know what this act says and why these workers are not happy?
So, Bernard, the act is basically the National Roads Authority Act was passed by the Parliament of Ghana to establish a single authority to manage the country's roads. Now, the act was created to address issues such as lack of coordination, duplicated efforts, insufficient maintenance, inconsistent standards, and project delays. So the National Roads Authority will manage the following roads. These are the roads that it will be managing.
So government wants to set up a roads authority?
Yes. To manage trunk roads, arterial roads, collector roads, and district and inter-district roads. It was created by combining the Ghana Highway Authority, the Department of Urban Roads, and the Department of Feeder Roads. Now, Bernard, these are some of the projects that are ongoing that their strike will likely impact. On the Ofanko in Sawam Road, it falls under the authority. The motorway is 1, Temakosombo, Tema Motorway Roundabout Phase 2. If you look around the city, asphaltic concrete overlay of selected roads in Greater Accra region. We have about 6.1 kilometer project that's happening. There's the construction of concrete U-drains on Goso Akrode Road. It's a project in the Afro region that includes the construction of 750 mm.
No, Caleb, we are rushing.
Okay.
You see, the thing you are saying are very important things, so take your time.
So I'm giving you some of the projects dotted across the country that will be impacted by their strike.
No, but I wanted to first know...
Yes, which authorities come together to form
and what the act is seeking to do.
Okay.
For which reason they say they are not happy.
Okay. Bernard, so the National Roads Authority is a combination of the Ghana Highway Authority, the Department of Urban Roads, and the Department of Feeder Roads.
But that's not bad.
Yeah.
Now, you know, sometimes when there's a road issue and we want to call somebody, when you call, they say, oh, this one is feeder
urban
road.
roads.
This one is urban roads. So they are just doing...
as they call it, as they call
so this national authority is supposed to merge all three.
Correct.
So when it's a road, we know who to call.
Correct.
It sounds okay.
Yeah. And then they are saying that
what's the reason for the merger?
It will reduce duplicated efforts, lack of coordination, insufficient maintenance, inconsistent standards, and project delays.
What is wrong with this?
So it will involve trunk roads, arterial roads, collector roads, and district and inter-district roads.
Which thing here don't you understand? Fred, please call the people. Because me, I don't see the problem here. Because all the problems we have in this country is you see something, you want to get the duty bearer, then they start passing the buck. Highways will say it's urban roads. Urban roads will say it's feeder roads. Feeder roads will say it is ministry. I mean, we don't need those things. So if they bring them together, then we know where to put culpability.
Yeah.
Seems correct.
So the other thing I was sharing with you is the projects that are ongoing,
which
will
may be affected by the
strike.
All right.
So the Accra-Kumasi Highway Dualization project will be affected.
This major road?
Yes. It involves the construction of 4 major bypasses on the Accra-Kumasi Highway. Now, the Asin Fusu Asin Praso portion of the National Trunk Road N2 Phase 2 will also be affected. Okay, I'm told that this was completed in 100% completed. That's fine.
Which
but
one?
These are projects that fall under the Highway Authority. I'm just trying to give you
so projects that
fall
are under the Highway Authority.
Yeah. Obechebi Lamte Circle Interchange is under the Highway Authority. The Temamoto Way Roundabout is there. The flyover Accra Temamoto Way is under that.
All the major routes are
Tema
under.
Aflao, Bogatanga, Boku, Ashaman Roundabout to Atimpoku Road.
Jesus.
Dome Ketase is one. Bechem Teacher Mantia Akuma Dan Road is one of the projects. Agunang Kwanta Takwa Road is under the Highway Authority, and then Asim Fosu, Asim Praso portion.
Oh no!
All these are there, including the Tema Kosombo, Ofanko and Sawom, Tema Motorway roundabout.
So this strike is all workers of the Highway Authority.
It's like yes.
And until when? How long is the strike?
I think they said it's indefinite. If you go to citynewsroom.com, indefinite strike. GHA workers declare indefinite strike effective November 12, which is today.
When was this law?
July.
Yeah. So why are they waiting till now?
It was...
July.
Yeah,
the law was
gazetted in August 2019.
But it was
passed in July. But did we... You see, the reason I'm asking is, in the case of the VRA and the Bui Power thing, their advocacy had been consistent. Yeah. I had never heard anything about this until the strike. No. So is it that they were talking but they were not using the media and the people were not listening to them?
Interesting to hear from them.
Yeah, because on paper, it seems like a sensible idea. To have one authority for roads, why do you need all these fiefdoms? You get it? Everybody has their own V8, everybody has their own office. It's just waste of money. It's roads. And there are points that I see. There is
but according to hold on, there will be, according to the law, there are divisions even within the authority, which will reflect
and the other
measure.
The other point is that in the first population census I followed, I think that 2000 census or so, Ghana was 51% urban and 49% rural. Today, Ghana is over 60% urban. So the nature of the country has changed. You can have a road in Okushibiade. 20 years ago, it was a village. Okushibiade is now a city. Basically, it's in Amasaman. So the point is the distinctions between roads, urban roads, feeder roads, and all those things. We need one person to ask. Yes, the minister is there, but let's have one authority. Okay, so and again, I stand to be corrected. I haven't studied the law, but based on what Caleb is reading, you say it's meant for what? To
that's what I'm saying. It would be interesting if we can hear from them, because I'm looking at all the clauses of the law.
You have the law in front of you.
The National Roads Authority Bill.
What is it saying?
Quite a few things, the different clauses that were presented by Kwesi Amoakwata.
Wow. So this from Amoakwata's time, before Asensu even came.
And
so this is something they've thought through for a long time. It's not like a new thing.
And there are a number of directorates that are to be established under their authority.
Which will be
Planning and Programs Directorate, Research, Monitoring and Evaluation Directorate, Finance Administration, Regulatory, Inspectorate and Compliance. Directorate of the authority shall be headed by a director, consist of other employees. It goes on to tell you what their roles will be on and on. And all of that.
Well, I don't have any problem with this.
Well, they do. We are the ones suffering for the problems that they have.
But you predict that this strike will be over soon.
Yeah, I think it will be over by tomorrow.
Because I think they want to pour sand into somebody's election guy. Because this
it will be over by tomorrow.
Because, road. Look, fine. We don't eat roads, and I know that some people have already made up their mind how to vote. But trust me, roads are like a hygiene factor. The absence of roads generates anger. The presence doesn't generate votes, but the absence generates a lot of anger and disaffection. So I don't think it's a good thing for the people to be on strike. People need their roads. Look at this nice flower pot road they are doing. Then you say you're on strike, so you finish it. Or what? I don't even know what they're saying. And so come on, go and work and stop that. When we wanted you to strike for Galamsey, you say you strike. Then you say you are striking for what?
But 2% of monies accruing to the DVLA in respect of vehicle testing and driver testing services provided by the DVLA as approved on annual basis by the minister will go into this fund. Now, a percentage of monies accruing to the National Insurance Commission will also go there.
Which fund? The Road Authority Fund?
Yes, the Road Authority Fund. So, through the merger, the associations, so DVLA, National Insurance, all of that, some percentage of funds that go to them will also come under this particular one.
And so
hold on.
When it comes to VRA, they stopped the act. They think as parliamentary. Now you say
no. So I'm taking you back to October.
October this year.
They did indicate that they will strike.
Okay.
In October.
What? And this was about their law.
Yes, and they presented a petition to the president on this matter.
But the law was passed in July.
Yes. So let me read the story from our website.
Yes.
Workers at the Ghana Highway Authority, this is in October, are urging the government to halt the implementation of the National Roads Authority Act, warning of potential industrial action if their demands are not met. The act, passed earlier this year, aims to consolidate road sector functions under a single National Roads Authority to improve efficiency.
Correct.
However, GHA employees are skeptical, arguing that the centralization risks increasing bureaucratic delays and could intensify
as if you are concerned
existing
about
operational challenges. In their petition to the president, GHA workers requested broader stakeholder consultations before implementation. Quote, the act in its current state needs to be halted until a wider consultation is made and used to inform what institutional reforms are necessary. Furthermore, they demanded the immediate removal of two high-ranking officials, GHA board chairman, Engineer I.K. Mensah, and Chief Executive Engineer Collins B. Donko, part of what is they issued yesterday. They accused both officials of neglecting engagement with staff during the draft process and of endorsing a law that compromises GHA's autonomy. Quote, we have lost absolute confidence in their leadership. They accuse both men of overseeing the authority's impending reduction to a division under the new National Roads Authority, a move they say undermines the independence and effectiveness of GHA. were not consulted before the act was passed. And this has resulted in a law that does not serve the interest or welfare of workers.
So there's a communication problem between leadership and staff.
Yes.
So
let me finish.
Okay,
Just, so now the petition highlights sections of the act that could diminish the authority's operational autonomy and points to the World Bank's 2022 diagnostic study for transforming the Ghana Highway Authority as evidence that GHA should become more autonomous, not subsumed under a larger body. And then the other quote says, "We will embark on a strike and locality if our requests are not addressed." And they have vowed to boycott the Ghana Highway Authority's 50th anniversary dinner with the president if their concerns are ignored.
So I have two things to say here. I am not justifying leadership taking decisions without consulting staff. So if this is true that the staff were not consulted, this is wrong. Having said that, we have two examples of laws that workers work timelessly to stop. Exhibit 1, Public Universities Bill. You remember it was mooted and the university teachers opposed it strenuously. It did not see the light of day. Then there's the VRA merging with Bui Power Authority. Again, they were concerted. They did what they had to do. They used the media. And that thing has been put on ice. So the question to the highway people is, where have you been all this while? Apart from what the government just read to me. This is the first time I've even heard that somebody was going to block any law. Do you get it? So what is it? Number 2, why are urban roads people not angry? Why is it only highways? Because you're going to merge all of them. All right? Why is it that it's the highways people who are not happy? Highways people, come and explain to us. You have to finish the road. You can't. Why are feeder roads people not angry? Why are urban roads not angry? Why is it only highways who are angry? And the ministry, Amediate, come and explain why you are doing this. Because obviously it's policy, so the ministry will be in charge. We'll bring you Tech and Social Media Trends and see where this topic will lead us. Caleb has a long list of roads that will be affected by this strike. All right, so time check is 8:02 and Tech and Social Media Trends is next.
It's brought to us by First Bank and Telecel. If you're sending money to Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, it's easier now through the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, PAPS. You can do so, send money and receive money for all kinds of purposes, business, personal, etc. All you need to do is to visit any First Bank Ghana branch across the nation with your cash and your money is transferred in no time. To receive money, all you need is a First Bank Ghana account. Another way we put you first. For more information, please call 0596 921 921. And the Telecel More Money promo just got extended for 2 extra months, giving you even more chances to win big. We are now rewarding 4 lucky winners 30,000 Ghana cedis every week and 1 million Ghana cedi grand prize, and that is still up for grabs. Keep purchasing data, airtime, reloading data on your fixed broadband to get closer to becoming a millionaire. The more you reload, the better your chances of winning. Don't miss out. Dial star 500 hash, send 500 to send win to 500, or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in for free. T's and C's apply as a promo that's regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Telecel, connecting energies.
All right, let's see what's been trending since the day broke.
Well, let's get into the trends. Let's start off with some politics/legal matters. So, the Supreme Court Majority Leader and Appenyo Marking all trending as a consequence of yesterday's hearing at the court. This morning is when the verdict will be announced. But yesterday, there was a meeting, or there was a court hearing, at the Supreme Court. Now, the hearing itself, it wasn't that much of the news. It's what followed after that became the news. Our colleague on social. Yeah. Our colleague Jude Duncan, he was closing out his report or interacting with Nana Tufo-Boateng on Channel 1 TV when the Honorable Alexander Appenyo Marking was passing, overheard Jude describing him as the leader of the MPP caucus. He took strong exception to that, and it turned out into some prime drama on TV, telling Jude to address him properly and all
Say
of that.
my name.
So so it has Appenyo Marking trending, Supreme Court trending, and all of those things trending as well. Other things that are trending: NHIS is trending because I think Dr. Bawumia mentioned that from December 1, dialysis would be free, dialysis treatments would be free. So people are talking about that. On the sporting side, okay, let's just do some more hardcore stuff. Chachu Chikata is also trending. He's granted several interviews, of course, where he's granted an interview where several angles have popped up. He's spoken about the judiciary and all of that. To some sports news, and the Black Stars are trending. So the names, Antoine Semenyo, Iñaki Williams, Black Stars, Jonas Ajete.
8 players.
All trending.
All not playing.
Yes, they were called up initially, but they pulled out due to injury. Some say personal reasons. So because of that, Otuado has called 5 players to replace the 8.
I'm available. I'm available.
Otuado is hot.
Call me.
Anyway, staying with football, David Coote. The name David Coote is trending. Premier League referee David Coote yesterday was suspended by Pogmore over a video in which he's seen saying things about Jurgen Klopp, described Klopp as arrogant.
He basically just confirmed his bias against Liverpool in a video. He looked inebriated. Looks like he was.
He looks like he was.
But he was speaking his mind.
Yes. Now the game in question was a draw between Liverpool and Burnley. If you remember, this was a few years ago. I think post-COVID or during COVID, empty stadium. Liverpool were trying to do this 100-point thing. They had opened up a chasm really between themselves and Man City, and then the game ended 1-1. Klopp was upset.
Yeah.
And then David Coote is in a video saying that Charlie Klopp make a guy. He's an arrogant guy.
He was insulting him using
very unprintable words. Little so and so.
So they should sack him.
Can I get your Klopp?
It's good.
Yeah. To some tech news quickly, and Amazon have announced that they experienced an employee data breach. Now they say some of its employee data was compromised due to a security breach involving a third-party vendor, and Amazon is saying that the breach affected work-related contact information, including employee email addresses, desk phone numbers, and building locations. The exact number has not been disclosed, even though some reports are saying that about 2.8 million lines of data belonging to Amazon were leaked during the breach. So I'm sure Amazon will try and see how they can close the doors and windows and prevent further leaks.
Looking for a
Visa card is what you need. If you are buying online or you are buying in store, you are using a POS, it's the best option to make payments. So enjoy a world of amazing opportunities available only with the SG Visa card. SG Ghana, the future is you. If your throat is not feeling great and your nose is congested, then you need Lozati lozenges. It's available in 7 different flavors, and there's even a sugar-free option if you don't want any issues with your sugar. Call 0302 324595. That's the number to Unicom Chemists. They are the people who stock Lozati in chunks. Lozati lozenges, 30-second instant relief from sore throat. The NPA is saying that gas aba, you need to move away from firewood because it's harmful to your lungs and it's as dangerous as smoking. So take your cylinder, go to any point near you, exchange it because of the new cylinder recirculation model, and jump onto the new trend. Use gas because it's smarter and safer. This is brought to you by the NPA and the Ministry of Energy. And the Affinity app is here. It's super easy to use, and they've got loans that are accessible and affordable. Here's what sets it apart. If you have big plans, if you have a small business, a side project, or you want to make things happen, the Affinity app is what you need, because there are 0 fees, no transaction fees, no monthly fees. Just dial star 229# to get the app, or check out affinityghana.com. With Affinity, you're not just banking, you're in.
And we have exciting news from Coca-Cola. Thrilled to announce the return of your favorite Coca-Cola original regular taste in 300 ml glass bottle. You can now buy and enjoy the refreshing taste of Coca-Cola with the convenience of returning your glass bottles for reuse. Dive into a world of flavor with Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite, all offered in the iconic 300 ml returnable glass bottle at the magical price of 3 cedis 50 pesos. For those who prefer a different twist, your favorite Coca-Cola drink is also available at 300 ml recyclable PET bottle, priced at 6 Ghana cedis. For more details on this campaign and activation schedule, visit our social media pages, Instagram and Facebook at Coca-Cola_GH. Experience real magic with Coca-Cola's original taste.
8:16. Noble Yasroku is the Ghana Highway Authority Worker Union Chairman. He will tell us more about why they are striking and what is wrong with the new law, among others. Good morning, Noble. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. Is it available?
Bernard, yes, speaking.
Yeah, Bernard, thank you. And good morning, Ghanaians, and good morning, all workers of Ghana Highways Authority.
Wonderful. So can you explain to us why you've started your strike today?
Yeah, basically, there has been a petition to the presidency concerning the new National Road Authority Act that was passed recently, and the president assented to it. Our concerns are just few. Let's go to GHA Act at 540 and compare with the new Act. The only changes we have seen in those acts are Section 15 and Section 20 in the new Act. Everything in the new Act is just same as what is in the GHA Act 540. Our position initially was that if government think that he want to bring the players in the road sector together, our position was that government would have just amended our Act at 540 to bring on board the federal roads and urban roads. Why a new act? That is one. We're also saying that the government is trying to destroy what an institution that successive government has protected over 50 years. Three, we're also saying that in the process of all the new acts, the workers of Ghana Highways Authority were not involved. We think that in a situation like this, there's a need for stakeholder consultation so that we can also contribute to either to be part or reject. That has not been done. So we have petitioned the president that he should put a halt into the implementation of the new Road Authority Act at 2024 at 118. Pending consultation with all stakeholders, especially the workers of the Ghana Highways Authority. Two, revoke all the appointments made under this act because we think that the appointments were not in conformity with the 1992 Constitution. And I read Article 195 requires that such appointments to be made by the President acting in accordance with the advice of the governing board, given a consultation with the Public Service Commission. We think that this constitutional requirement was breached and therefore the appointment are void. We're also saying that our leaders have not done good to workers of Ghana Highways Authority. So we're also calling for the removal of the board chairman, who has also attended all these meetings, and he's in the known of the new acts, but he has not informed workers. Same to our current or retired Chief Executive Engineer Collins Donko. He has also been a front for this, and they have both of them have even endorsed the new act. And we are saying that they have not treated the workers of Ghana Authority well. If for nothing, we think that we deserve the best, we must also be informed.
All right.
So basically, this is our position.
So I see three issues: the act, the appointments, and then your leadership. So let's start with the act. You're saying that apart from sections 15 and section 20, the act essentially is the same as Act 540. So what is in section 15 and 20 that is so bad?
So let me refer to 15. The 15 says appointments of officers. That one basically. The 20 divisions. So they have created a new division in the new act. And I read, the authority shall have the following divisions: Highways Division, Urban Road Division, Feeder Road Division, General Services Division, Planning, Research, Monitoring, and Evaluation Division. These are the new things in the Act. So we are saying that we will not agree today, tomorrow, or in the future that you can reduce a whole authority to a division. Bernard, I think if I'm in highways, you'll be more angry than what we are doing. A whole authority with all these structures.
So would you have so they are creating 5 divisions, including highways, urban roads. So urban roads and feeder roads are departments.
Yeah, they are departments
of the ministry.
Yes.
And then the highway is an authority on its own.
Yes, please.
So you would have preferred for the Act 540 to be amended to absorb urban roads and feeder roads as part of the highways authority.
That's all.
But now they are creating a national roads authority.
Authority, yes.
But all the workers of the highway authority will still be under the road authority. So you are not losing your jobs.
But look, they will lose our jobs.
How?
We will lose. We have 16 divisions. So we have division under Ghana House Authority. We have 16 divisions, and we have 16 regional offices currently. So,
but there will be subdivisions of the authority, wouldn't they? Because the work you do will not change. From the way I see it, it's basically just for operational efficiency's sake and coordination.
But Bernard, let me tell you, the new acts will even double bureaucracy. Let me take you to highways structure. We have chief executive that reports to the board, then to the ministry. Under the new act, the chief executive will now be deputy director general. So from deputy director general to director general to the board and now to the ministry, you are destroying 3 and now building 4. And you know the road sector is very important. Now the bureaucracy, you have increased that level of bureaucracy. 2, the GHA Act has given the authorities some small level of autonomy. We can package emergency work that does not demand the ministry's approval, because road sector, anything can, in the night something can happen, we just mobilize and move. Now that cannot be done. You have to follow all these processes. And we think that Ghanaians will be affected because we will not be responsive as we used to, because we have to follow all these procedures before they pay.
All right,
Mr.
Yasuku, so let me give you an example. GRA was a merger of customs, VAT, and IRS. I know that IRS was in fact, President Mills was an IRS commissioner. So it's a big position. There was a VAT commissioner and there was a SEPS commissioner. Under the previous government, an authority was created, and all the big guys at SEPS are now divisions of GRA. They have not lost their position. They are still working and collecting money for the state. The VAT people are still there. The IRS people, everybody is working under GRA, and we are not complaining as Ghanaians. So I don't think Ghanaians are complaining that you and FIDA Rose and EBA Rose will be working under the same authority. It's actually going to make you more effective from the outside.
I don't think so. You are thinking outside. We are thinking inside. It's not everything that we can sit on air and discuss. We can engage one-on-one. What we are saying is that, look, if you see our roads, it's some of the bureaucracy, how to go this, how to even procure. The procurement takes a longer time. Then approval. Then other things. So we are saying that the current act, and you see, let's be mindful that the current act has given the politicians more power than ever. We're also saying that if you look at take the Act 540, road fund was part of this. But now the road fund has been taken out of the new act. So what is the funding for the roads? The road fund was established to fund the maintenance of our roads. Now it's not part of the new act. So where are we getting the funding from? Already, even the presence of the road fund in the GHA Act, but we are not getting the funding we are expecting. The whole of last year and this year, you see how bad our roads are because the fundings were not coming. So what will make the new act effective if the funding gap is still there? That is our position. We think that government should take a second look at the new acts. That's why we are saying that they should halt all this implementation. Let's sit on the drawing board.
But this act was passed in July, if I'm not mistaken, or was it October? But it's not a new act. Are you telling me that you have not had any role in this? You have not been consulted at all to make inputs, for which you have to wait for the act to be assented to before you write to the president?
Bernard, that is our agitation. That is why we are calling for the removal of our officers. Because they are aware. They are very much aware. That is our agitation. We are not so, yes.
How many workers do we have at the Highways Authority as we speak?
We are about 1,000 plus or so.
And what type of people are they? Are they just engineers at the office? Do you have people who work on the ground? I mean, I want to understand the nature of the people in terms of what they do.
All right, okay. We have engineers. We have quantity surveyors. We have bridge maintenance. We have maintenance units. They are all engineers. They will now have HR, audit, like the supporting staff as well. So it's a whole engineering institution dominated by engineers. Then we'll have supporting services, that is the finance, HR, audit, and the rest. So these are the composition of the type of workers we have in Ghana Highways Authority.
Well, your strike would mean what? That you will not go to work, or you will go to work but you will not work?
We have withdrawn our services.
Across board. So if there's a...
Yes, across board, everywhere.
Because as we speak, there are a number of roads that I know you are involved in. At Kumasi Dualization Road, I believe you are part of it. The motorway expansion, which we see, I think you are part of it. I don't even know if the flower pot interchange, you are part of it. So are you saying that even works that have been committed that you are part of, which are nearing completion, you won't work again? or you will not take on new work?
We'll just withdraw our services. That is what we are saying.
Just like that.
This is a highway decision, not union or noble decision. It's a collective decision. We think that there's an agenda against Ghana Highways Authority. There's serious grand agenda to just destroy that so-called authority of the Ghana Highways Authority. We are aware that it's a plot against Ghana Highways Authority. Let me just remind you, the urban roads and federal roads, 2016, the law was passed that they moved to urban roads, they moved to municipal and district assembly. They have also kicked against it. Why have they kicked against that move? And now they are happy to join an authority that will reduce the whole Ghana Highways Authority to a division.
Within a bigger authority that is in charge of all roads. I was thinking that, like we have the Standards Authority, we have the Food and Drugs Authority, the Road Authority would be quite powerful, so that when we call to say there's a road issue somewhere, we don't have to be comparing, is it highways, is it feeder roads, is it urban roads? All of that is solved because there's an authority that is the implementer of government policy on roads. So if you look at the bigger picture, you're actually going to be a very powerful institution. It's going to be a temporary dislocation. People may not be happy, but no changes is pleasant at the beginning. So again, from a policy perspective, one can see what government is trying to do without knowing all the details.
Amendment at 540, that is the GHA Act. They don't bring our boys, our brothers under us, because all of us were one before. GHA was in charge of all the roads in this country. Then the government came that, we are focusing on only trunk roads. So let's carve urban roads and feeder roads so that their focus will be on feeder roads and urban roads. After so many years, then we are bringing them together. Is it for efficiency or something else? When they separated highways to urban and feeder roads, we have about 60,000 kilometers of road network. Now the thing has doubled. We have about 1,000 plus now. And you think that this is the time for us to come together? Is it for efficiency or for a political something? That is our position. And we think that if government mean well, amend at 450, then bring our brothers and sisters.
Let me ask you a final question. Beyond the strike, have you considered legal action? Because as we know, Ghana, the courts are there to support such things. Have you considered going to court to declare Act 1118 unconstitutional, since you're saying it violates certain things? Is that option on the table?
Well, that would be an option. We are consulting. We are consulting, and we believe that the president is a listening father, and he will listen to our concern.
When did you send a petition to him? When did you petition him?
21st October 2024.
Have you heard from him since?
Yeah, he has responded.
What did he say?
He said they have acknowledged our petition, and they have forwarded our petition to the minister for his comments. That's all. That is the letter.
And the minister.
So
you are waiting for the president's final decision.
Yes, please.
So is it not in bad faith to call a strike when the president says he's waiting for the minister? So it's 25 days to election. President is supposed to commission Flower Pot Road next week. He's probably going to do commissioning every week to election. He's written to you that he's consulting. Then you are striking. That's bad faith. Eh?
He didn't say he's consulting, no.
He said he's written to the minister to respond, right?
Yes, and we think over 3 weeks is a long time. It's over 3 weeks, more than 3 weeks.
So you want to use the strike to force his hand? You want to use the strike to force his hand to act quickly?
Yes, that is the power for workers. We are just saying, if today we receive response from the president, oh, this is a decision. Why not? Then we'll look at it.
What if somebody suggested that you rather are being political? 25 days to election, you are calling strike on nothing less than roads, one of the most important vote-determining things. Is that not rather political?
Bernard, are you saying if I'm going to vote and I have a running stomach, I should go and vote and spoil my body?
No, you have to go and do what you do before you vote.
Home. I need to go home, prepare, then I come back. So this is our position. It's not as if we are being political, no. This is the thing. We started this thing over 3 or 4 weeks now, and we're saying that by now we should have resolved this matter.
Okay, thank you for talking to us. We will follow this story. It's an important story to us. Thank you, sir.
All right, okay.
Noble
Thank you.
Yasroku is the chairman of the Ghana Highway Authority Workers Union. They are not happy with the new act which seeks to merge the Highway Authority, the urban roads, the feeder roads into the Ghana Roads Authority and to have the Highway Authority as a subdivision. They have written to the president. The president says he has indicated to the minister to bring his comments, after which they would hear from him. 3 weeks ago, the strike takes immediate effect, and some of the roads that they have listed to be affected include major road constructions. I'm sure almost all of you. Where's Caleb? He has all the roads listed there.
Bernard.
It is not easy.
Bernard.
You were reading their side. You said I should listen to their side. Haven't listened to their side.
Charlie, they should end the strike.
Bernard, because they will still be paid, right?
No, we don't know.
No, that is not the issue.
That's not the issue.
We want to understand whether, after listening to this, you are because you were reading the things they said.
I was keeping an open mind. I've closed my mind. I've closed my mind. I was keeping an open mind.
You are not convinced
at all. I mean, come on. It's all well and good to fight for, but this just sounds like they are protecting turf.
Yes.
Okay. There is a significant greater good to be seen in the aggregation of all the divisions than for Highways Authority to remain autonomous. Yes. So his justification does not seem to beat the greater good as I see it. So it sounds
some way.
It's
not Caleb, can you see?
In some way.
Can you see where they are coming from?
He struggled to convince me.
Because they are saying that the government is reducing their power. I suspect that because a lot of them are engineers, generally, from an outside point, I see highways see themselves as quite special, higher than, like Department of Urban Roads, Department of Feeder Roads. So highways is like, we are the big boys. We do the big roads. Okay. And they are mostly engineers and that kind of thing.
So they'll be paid differently.
I feel so. The man admitted me. I'm saying this from an outside view.
Yeah.
I don't have all the details from the inside. But it seems like there's some, you are demeaning us by bringing us.
We will be speaking to Ahmed. I'm sure he will also let us know whether or not they were consulted, because that's one of the germane points he made to the. I mean, to the extent that you are doing something as significant as this, if you don't consult them, I think that's a genuine concern to have. But
and generally, when I speak to government people, their main concern has been about. You see, they say, you guys, when you go on air and you say that we should do something, you don't understand that there's bureaucracy in the system that frustrates us. One of the biggest problems of government is coordination. One of the biggest problems of any government is interagency collaboration and coordination. And this is where the famous statement, what you cannot coordinate, you integrate. And what you cannot integrate, you coordinate. So I feel like the ministry is basically saying, it's so difficult to coordinate, let's integrate. If you integrate, you can move together. All right? And it's a very important principle to think about. So, and we are seeing it in the energy sector, we are seeing it in the road sector, we are seeing it in the revenue sector. So you can see the lines being drawn that look. Sometimes when you have all these fiefdoms, you are paying too many people, there's too many people with different objectives moving in different directions. If you cannot coordinate, just integrate. So I think this is what the government is trying to do. Communication was probably not well done. they didn't get the buy-in, and this is what we have. Let's talk to Ahmed Nasir Yate, who speaks for the ministry. Ahmed, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Good morning to your team.
So we're looking forward to a launching spree between now and Christmas, with the first one being the flower pot. But it looks like this strike by the highways could pour some sand into your gari. I mean, how is the ministry taking this new development from the authority?
Oh, Bernard, not at all. I can assure you and the good people of Ghana. Bernard, this is a very serious issue, but for once, permit me to do this. When I was, after the interview where you took the views of your panelists, and I listened to their comments, for once, I'm a good listener of Sports Panorama on your channel, and for once, I wanted to sound like Coach Nimle, or what? How do you call him?
Coach Nimle, yes.
Hello. Yeah, and sing some Ghana songs. But this is.
You wanted to sing a song for them or against them?
Oh, just for everything that I listened to and from your comments, and say some of the things that Coach normally would say. But I guess this is a very serious issue too. I want to take it as serious.
So I take it that you agree with the views that Godfred and Caleb have expressed, that they don't see the arguments that strongly from the authority.
Exactly, Bernard, and that's the position of the ministry. But Bernard, be that as it may, please permit me to make 3 quick points, then we can continue. The first one is that we at the ministry woke up this morning to hear about this strike. It took us by surprise because just yesterday we were at the Labour Commission with the union. The reason why you've not heard much about their concerns in the media, as you alluded to, is because we've been engaging and we've been talking. It's a family affair. So there's been serious engagement going on. And yesterday we were at the Labour Commission. The Labour Commission made it clear to the GHA union that they should call up the strike for 2 main reasons. One, they've not followed the right procedures. 2, the GHA union by law cannot call a strike. The strike has to be called by their mother union. And so as a GHA, they don't have the law is not on their side to be calling a strike. They left the meeting and agreed that they will go and follow the process. So waking up this morning to hear that they are on strike is something that comes to us as surprise. The second thing I want to say is that I would just want to assure you, your listeners and Ghanaians as a whole, that all road projects will go on uninterrupted. And the ministry don't expect to see any road project halting. These are road projects being undertaken by contractors. In most cases, they are being supervised by consultants. They are under strict contracts, and we don't expect any road project to halt. So rest assured that the road projects will go on uninterrupted.
On hindsight, okay, go ahead.
The third point I want to make is to appeal to the union, the GHA union, that we are one family. They should let's continue our consultation and engagement so that at the end of the day we can all find amicable solution. As was stated by the Labour Commission yesterday, we expect that we are appealing to them to call off the strike, even if they still want to pursue that line of action. Yesterday, it was made clear to them that they need to follow the procedure. They've not followed the procedure. And so we are calling on them and appealing to them to call off the strike and do the needful.
On hindsight, do you think you could have consulted better? Because I think one of their complaints was that the workers, were not fully part of this. They are not even happy with their leaders because they think their leaders didn't consult or brief them properly. Is there a way that can be done to explain to them what this means? And because I'm sure they are worried about the future of their jobs and that type of thing, so that maybe the minister may have to go back to do some staff engagement for them to understand the bigger picture. Because from the initial point of the interview, it seemed like a communication problem. We are not understanding ourselves. That's what it seems to me.
Bernard, I agree. Consultation, as I alluded to, is an ongoing process. In fact, the implementation of this act requires a lot more stakeholder consultation, because that it is the time that we are going to meet with the Public Service Commission. We are going to have discussion, bring on board the management services of the civil service. They are going to help us to streamline all these three agencies. Don't forget, DHA was a public service agency. Department of Feeder Road and Urban Roads were a civil service organization. We are bringing the three together. We will need Public Services Commission to guide us through the process so that we realign all these agencies. We have a long way to go. And in all these processes, we will engage and re-engage. But you could not do all this if you don't have a law that permits you to go through the process. So what we have now in place is the law. Once the law is in place, when it comes to the implementation, it's now that we are going to sit and realign who goes where, what will be in terms of progression, in terms of career progression, what will happen to who, what activity can we bring together, what will stand alone. All those decisions are yet to be taken. And so there are more things to be decided on that the workers and the union will have their input in finalizing it. There are a lot more things we cannot yet finalize. And so that's why we want to appeal to the union that, in fact, once we become a bigger authority, from what I've been listening to in the presentation, they stand to benefit more in terms of their pay and all those things. And so we appeal to them. It's early days yet. Yeah, we understand their apprehensions, and it's usual with any change management process. We are prepared to engage and make sure that there's open communication so that everybody is on board. But as I said, it's very early days yet in the implementation process. In fact, as we said, all the divisions, the various agencies will stand as they are and operate as they are until we are able to streamline all these processes into one before we take off.
All right, Caleb has a question for you.
That's good. So my question is that there are a number of road projects that are ongoing that are under the highways, right? We know the Fankor and Sawan project, the motorway expansion, and a good number of other roads across the country. So if this persists, as they tell us, is an indefinite one, would it not affect the completion of same?
One, we don't expect it to persist because, as I said, from the Labour Commission point of view, they've acted against the law, and we feel that they will have been a law-abiding citizens. They will abide by the law, and if they want to go by the law to declare a strike, then they will have to follow what Labour Commission told them yesterday. And so, in declaring a strike today, for me, to put it, for lack of better word, I would say it's illegal, because they were told clearly yesterday that they should call off their intention to call a strike because they've not followed the due process. And two, they as a union don't have the right to call that strike. But more importantly, as I said earlier on, these are contracts that we expect. These are projects that we expect to continue. The contractors have signed a contract. They are being supervised by, most of these projects are being supervised by consulting engineers. And so these are people who have contracts that they have to abide by. So we don't expect the contractor or consultants to stop work merely because a union have called a strike. So we expect these projects to go on. That is the assurance that I can give to the general public, that no project will be interrupted or will be halted because of these strikes.
Very well. So we know that the flower pot project will be commissioned on the 19th of this month. Are there other projects across the country that we should expect to be commissioned soon?
Yeah, the flower pot project will be commissioned on 19th. From there, we have the Obetebi Lamte interchange phase 2. That should be commissioned somewhere by 29th or 30th of this month. We are also looking at commissioning the Temamoto Rail Roundabout phase 2. Bernard has always said that he doesn't see that the progress on that project, but that project is about 95 or 98% completed. So somewhere 2nd December, if my mind says me right, that project will also be commissioned. So those are the ones we have at hand immediately. We have one more in Kumasi, the Tafo Bridge and the adjoining road. We expect that on the 25th of this month, His Excellency the President will also commission that.
So which means that the Pokwasi Amasaman Accra Kumasi one, you will not finish this year?
No. We expect it to be, if you drive on that route, you see substantial work going on, but to reach to the level where we can commission it, we are not sure we'll do that this year.
Is there a traffic management plan for that road? Because it tends to lead to traffic sometimes. In general, the Accra Kumasi road has had very serious traffic these past few days. Is this something you are aware of, and is there a plan to deal with that?
Yeah, Bernard, the Accra Kumasi road, especially from the Apedra section going, we are, that portion of the road is under distress, very bad portions of the road. We've given that road to contract. We have 2 contractors on that road. They are supposed to asphalt the entire road from Apedra to Ejeso. They started but before they can do the asphaltic overlay from the Apedra to Ejeso, they have to treat the very bad sections of the road. And so that is what is ongoing now. Unfortunately, it's leading to very heavy traffic because you don't have a lot more option in terms of how you can where you can divert the road for people to use. Also because some drivers are not patient enough, and at times they don't follow the traffic management guidelines that we've put in place. And so we just want to use your medium to first and foremost appeal to motorists or the public to bear with us. We've heard their cry that portion of the road was very bad, and we are trying to maintain the road for safety reasons and to reduce travel time. But more importantly, we want to appeal to the drivers that they should adhere to the traffic management measures that we put in.
Let me just clarify. You said that the motorway interchange phase 2 will be commissioned this month or next month.
We are hoping that by the second on the 2nd of December.
2nd of December, okay. But that road connects you to Akosombo through Community 22. That road has not been done, and arguably it's a more serious traffic problem than even the motorway that you are expanding now. And yet, at least as early as last week when I used the road, I haven't seen any work on that road. I stand to be corrected. Is it that it's not a priority? There's no money for it? I'm talking about Tema to Community 22, Gulf City, through to Afienya, through to Akosombo.
There's a contractor on that road called Isaac, and I'll be surprised if work is not going on. But from the brief that I have, there's a contractor on the road. The road got stalled for a while, in fact, but for the fact that it got stalled, that project should have been commissioned by November this year, but it got stalled. But the contractor about 3 or 4 months ago, got back to site. And I expect work is ongoing as I speak to you. I'll be surprised if the contractor is not on site.
All right. Finally, any update on the Berekusu Kitase Road that starts from Kwabenya through to Berekusu?
Well, Bernard, the last update I had, and I think I communicated to you, government will have to find financing options for that road. And so we are working at it with the Ministry of Finance. First Sky is on that road, ready to work. I think they've been maintaining the road gradually from time to time. But in order to complete that road, government will have to find funding for it. And so we are in talks with the Ministry of Finance to get the necessary financing to complete that project.
All right, Ahmed, thanks for talking to us. We wish you well.
Thank you very much, Bernard.
So, Ahmed Nasiriate, Ministry of Roads, PRO. So we didn't know that there was a meeting at the Labour Commission yesterday. So he said that they declared a strike illegal or unlawful, intended strikes, not, but they are on strike, according to the leader of the workers' union. So there we have it. Any quick thoughts about this? So it seems like Accra Kumasi would not finish before Christmas. Obechebi Lamte, which is a road you are interested in, I think it's the highest overhead I've seen, apart from Pokuasi.
So yes,
pretty high.
Yeah, I use it every day.
How that would change the Abosokai economy is still. To be fair, even the way the gradient of the one that comes from Kanesi to Graphic Road is some way, and then this one too. So
plus the one underneath it.
Yeah, he says they are almost done. They'll be done before the end of the year.
Yeah, well, they've been putting in the work.
So when you look at it,
yeah,
like
because every morning before, there's quite a bit of traffic to go through because of the work that has been there. But you can see the clear progress. Yeah. It's stalled for a while, but now there is work.
I have a comment about the flower pot. Their painting is nice, but the runabouts are being filled with concrete, which I think is not green enough. I thought they should have left grass, but possibly if you look at the fact that most of our interchanges, when the grass is left, is not weeded. They probably think they've put, and then they've put,
already the town is hot.
They've put like guardrails around the road. So I think they are trying to prevent hawkers from taking over the place. So they've painted it, but they've concretized the whole place. So it's basically percolation is going to suffer, right? You ask yourself, wouldn't it have been better? I probably should have asked him, or maybe some engineer on the project. Wouldn't it have been better to have grass? But if you look at the medians that are overgrown, you want to wonder, do you want to leave grass growing in the middle of town? I don't know. And which is why a lot of us are not sympathetic to the workers of
highways.
Yeah, because we don't see responsiveness to our needs. We don't see proactivity. We don't see a schedule for maintenance. Everything is episodic. Everything is political. So highways, unfortunately, I don't think many people support you. In fact, if I read some of the comments that have come...
Okay, so let's read comments.
Yeah, most people don't seem to...
So, this one says, Alowski, the workers, yeah, acting just like TUC. Yeah. When it mattered most, they didn't show up for us. How do you expect them to show up for your roads to be constructed when they want to use the strike to address their personal concerns?
Look at another one.
He's not happy this morning.
The same people who complain of too many ministers and ministries, but never complain of too many agencies and departments. We have to merge all of them. This is from Mark.
Kofi from Kazwa says, good morning, please. Okay. Good morning, team. Please ask Nasi why the contracts are being supervised by consultants when the Ghana Highway Authority is there. Bernard, I don't think Highway Authority is preventing the merger. Abiku, please help me. But they are concerned about how it's been done. I can foresee there will be a new layer of political leadership in the NRA that is going to frustrate the work of highways. It will strip them of their autonomy and ability to be effective. Highways have a robust structure built over the years, and this effectiveness is likely to be diluted the way the NRA is being set up. Bernard,
so let me understand. Is it that highways and Ministry of Roads work on different purposes? Highways still reports to the ministry. So if the ministry determines policy, get it? So I don't know why
everything
autonomy thing is being pushed.
Everything they come from generates.
Yeah, they are on their own. The Highway Authority reports to the ministry. They are the agency of the Ministry of Roads. So if the ministry feels like we need to streamline, I don't see how the highway can say their autonomy. They are not autonomous unto themselves. Their autonomy is within a certain.
They don't generate their own funding.
That's
they don't pay their own salaries. They don't do anything.
Yeah. So I don't get it.
Okay. So Bernard, the Fankopo Kwasi Road is choked. Been stuck in traffic since 6 a.m. Good morning, Team City. I trust you're keeping well. I'm always at my wits, and when I hear workers go on strike for the mere reason that they don't want a manager or two, if I may ask, are the workers the appointing authority? It's only in Ghana where this happens, and it's all the fruits of the Rawlingses. We no go sit down nonsense. Excuse my Latin. Most civil and public services are overstaffed, and these strikes are a consequence. Near from Bachona, very, very unhappy this morning. Good morning, team. I think the betterment of staff directly affects productivity, which in turn should translate into better service to all stakeholders, most importantly us. So depending on the demands, strike action should be supported.
Okay.
Good morning, brother. This justification bad, yeah. People just they protect their post. Nathaniel in Tamale.
Here's one from Eugene. Can you imagine that the Pokwasi interchange is so bushy that it's turned into a forest? Maybe that justifies why they are. Maybe that justifies why they are.
But it's not the only place that's bushy. If you drive around, medians are overgrown. It's all.
My question is there an urban greening policy? There should be something that cuts across. Everything happens on the spur of the moment. So one interchange is being painted, another will not be. One has grass, one has stones, the other one has concrete. Maybe that's why they need to merge all the three of them. Maybe. So I don't know. Like, you need to, when you get into a city, look, the first time I went to Dubai, this is many years ago, 2007. Straight lines, most buildings with the same color. You can see, even countries like the United Kingdom, houses are built in 3 or 4 styles. You get to a neighborhood, there's a certain theme. It looks good on the eye. The houses are same. You come to Ghana, everybody builds a different kind of house. Now, I'm not saying we don't need creativity, but governance must show some level of. You see, one way you can tell.
But I told you where I lived. When I lived in Nairobi. You cannot put your television, your satellite dish, or whatever at the front of your house. It is not allowed.
Here it's anywhere.
You can't.
You can put satellite dish anywhere, and you can put your antenna anywhere.
And every installer knows this. So when they come, they'll tell you that it cannot be here. It has to be here. You can tell them that it is here. He'll tell you, no, buy more cable because it has to go there.
You know why? Local governance works.
Yes.
Here, and for me, sometimes you can just look at the way we build. It tells you a lot about how we think. Everybody for himself. And when we do that, it's chaos. And now our authorities are also doing roads and projects like that.
Yeah.
There has to be a certain consistency.
But just off the cuff. Why is it that the media they use langa to weed it?
No, sometimes they use sometimes they use what do you call it? Lawn mowers.
Where?
But the medians
Which
are
one?
small.
Which one? Which of the medians have you seen?
There was a day I drove on the Bema-Kam bypass.
They were using the mower there?
Yes. Some guys were using a mower. They were using a lawnmower, yes. They were using a
Because
lawnmower.
as for the graphic road one here,
No, I think when they use the prisoners, I think the prisoners cannot.
No, this one wasn't prisoners.
I think the prisoners
just regular people, Charlie.
don't know how to use the mower.
No. But it wasn't just prisoners. These were the people who had been contracted to clear the.
But Langa is good.
Bernard.
When I was in prison,
A whole stretch of
Langa.
Yeah, Bernard, but a whole stretch of road you are weeding with Langa.
Very good.
When will you finish?
Every proper Presby trained student must learn how to use a langa to weed.
Yeah, but they are not the ones
for it to be straight.
Weeding the road.
And they will use the grounds prefer to use his close one eye and check, and the land is straight. I'm very proud of that.
Yes, fine. But langa to weed graphic road media.
It's green. We don't burn fossil fuel.
Oh, okay.
We are moving to net zero, so we need langa instead of using.
Yeah, COP29 is happening.
Yes, so it's good.
Baku, are we there?
Did you used to weed at Prempe?
Yes.
I doubt it.
I lost it.
The way your palms the way your palms are soft.
No, as for that one, I don't know what happened.
Your palms are soft.
They are very, very soft.
You didn't weed.
Bernard, I even have knife marks.
Were you in the choir?
I was sacked in Form 1.
Because in our school,
Cisco sacked me.
If you join the choir, you don't go for grounds work.
Really?
So if you go to Form 1 and you don't want to weed, go and join the choir.
Oh, no, probably won't happen.
They rehearse during grounds work time. And JB was a music prefect.
Oh, no, you weed.
You know JB?
Yeah.
He's brought that thing.
Mr. Samuel Godo.
So music choir is rehearsing when grounds work is going on.
You will weed brutal.
Except and when speech day is coming and we are weeding, the choir has to rehearse more because they're going to sing more.
Oh, okay.
So the choir people had a very.
But we had the commercial more, the one that looks like a truck that drives around. It's a beautiful campus. I mean,
we didn't have that. We used to weed.
Yeah, that's how I went. I saw some goats in front of the headmaster's office.
No. But
why are people doing that?
We've secured our land. Have you secured your land?
Oh, of course.
How big is your school?
Our school is massive. Our school shares a border with the 4BN.
4th Battalion.
Yes.
So it's that big?
It's massive. Private college is massive. People have tried stealing our land for all the way to Aduatu.
Have you walled it?
It's walled now.
Because ours from IPS Junction to Atomic Junction.
Yeah.
And then to basically UPSA.
Yeah.
And then to Rolling Circle bus area. So it's a very, very.
But why are there goats in front of the headmaster's office?
It's not true.
I'm telling you. You see this? I mean,
Akraka, you were this one, so you didn't weed.
Share.
Oh, you also weed?
Weed make it left your inside.
Even last week also, I drove past the school. They were weeding.
The reason I'm saying this is that I want to urge a lot of the medians.
I remember once my class.
A lot of the
my
medians
class got
that
punished.
are not. A lot of the medians that are not
weeded.
Maybe the aspiring politicians can go with their supporters to weed it. I will vote for you if you weed my median. So maybe those who are Cozy and what's the name of Ramadan Adenta.
No, but instead of the visual,
maybe they should. Maybe Cozy and Ramadan. If you can organize Sofo Line.
No, Prempeh College.
Yeah, Sofo Line interchange.
Look at Prempeh College. Stop looking at Sofo Line
interchange.
No, but
so I'm appealing to the two aspirants in my area. Cozy and Ahmed Mohammed.
They should go and weed.
Please organize the supporters to weed some of the medians in Adenta and may consider.
No,
my voting
would the two of them weed themselves?
They can join.
Okay.
Kosi went to Gehe, Ramadan went to Presec.
But
Gehe versus Presec, NPP versus NDC.
I think it speaks more to, and I think somebody mentioned local government. I think Godfred, you did. It just speaks more to how weak and ineffective the structures are. That now, if it's not individuals or our very good friends, the bus stop boys, if they don't organize themselves to go and weed,
to grow,
the medians,
to grow. In fact, there are some places when you are driving,
Bernard,
the grass is so much that it comes into the road.
That reminds me. Last week, I was driving after hours towards the Peace FM Tesano intersection. You see that intersection?
Yes.
Very good. You know, during the day, the traffic lights work.
Yes.
So the traffic is coordinated.
Yes.
After hours, the place the median is so bushy that when you are making the turn, you won't even see the car that's approaching. And the lights are on amber.
And you are joining towards Abeka Junction.
Very good.
Which reminds me, Bernard, since we are discussing roads,
that's
highways,
that's why we should merge them.
Highways, urban, whatever.
Yeah.
Who looks after the runabouts? Why have they allowed the political parties to turn the runabouts into Christmas decorations
of party paraphernalia?
We cannot see the road. Is it highway? Is it whichever of the departments that is refusing to be merged? Please get. Oh, they're on strike.
No, go ahead. Now you're
connected to this.
Bernard, hold on, Caleb. It's serious, Bernard.
Yeah.
Quite a few. I've seen quite a few of these things happening. So if you are coming,
sometimes you can't even see the road.
You can't see the road in front of you. And I don't know why. It's a road safety issue.
In Ghana,
it's a clear road safety issue.
Once you do something under politics, it's free.
No, but it should not happen. Bernard, because you see,
they even treat political thuggery different from normal thuggery.
Thuggery.
It's like they call them political.
They should remove all those boxes and whatever things that these political parties are placing at the various roundabouts.
Who should remove it?
I didn't know I was on strike.
Who should remove it? No, nobody will remove it until elections are over.
No, but Bernard, how do you talk about road safety?
Yeah.
And allow these things?
So the Road Safety Commission should go.
Bernard, there was one. They have put like a cutout of a number one. But that thing is almost as tall as a traffic light. Right in the middle of the road.
It's at EcoBank. It's at EcoBank traffic light on the Spintex road.
They should remove it.
EcoBank Spintex.
That thing should be removed immediately.
Who will remove it? If you are the head of Road Safety Commission, will you go and remove it?
Why should you not?
No, I say if will you go?
Yes. It's a road safety issue.
That's why you don't get any posting.
They don't like me more.
But link to this for me.
You don't get any post.
Link to this for me is also the efficiency of our mobility.
Talk to me.
Christmas is coming. and traffic is building up.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the measures that road safety or road highway authorities are putting in place to make sure that traffic is more fluid.
Yes.
Such that in places where there are bottlenecks, how do we make it so that, you can decide that, okay, we are going to make this road single lane, or we are going to let all the buses or cars park at some point so that we use buses to move people within key areas that are congested. So you need to reduce the congestion, because from now till Christmas, numbers are going to increase in the city. You see, when I watch the television, I see a lot of ads on campaign, NDC, NPP. We are not using these means to let people know how we can move about more efficiently. And we are wasting time.
When you read the manifestos, do you see mobility in urban areas as a theme? Do you see anything like this?
But that's a very good question.
Because as I always say to you, usually the parties talk about education, health, and they look at infrastructure from broad themes.
Yeah.
But I think if you started from the consumer side, mobility is a very key issue.
Very, very.
You've been studying this manifesto, so maybe what you could do is to do an analysis for me, not today, of some of the policies that you think can improve people's lives. Traffic management, mobility, basically having what we call resilient cities.
Yes.
Do you see any attempt at resilience in any of these manifestos at all? Or do you have any suggestions for the parties as to how they can build urban resilience into their themes? Because if you listen to what we do on this program, I think on most days we discuss these matters. How the political parties have not been able to translate that into any ideas, it beats my imagination. I'm going to read a few more comments.
Read.
But join us this Saturday, November 16 at 5:30 a.m. at the forecourt of the State House, Accra, for a morning of fitness and fun. I'm talking about the Omni Basic Health Walk, starting from the State House through principal streets of Accra and back to the State House for aerobics and other exciting activities. Now, it's not just a walk. There will be an exhibition with exclusive discounts on various products from our customers. There will also be fun games and refreshments. Let's do this together. It's fun, it's free, and better than ever. For more information, contact our call center 0307 086 000 or toll free 0800 100 790. Omni Basic Bank at your service. And if you're looking for litigation-free land, contact Royal Kingdom Estate, specializing in land acquisition, construction, design, property management, and more. With properties in prime areas like Accra and Ibri, with land starting at 90,000 cedis, we offer flexible payment plans, affordable homes ranging from 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms, premium houses, and more. You can send in email to info@Royal Kingdom Estate or call 055-755-5909. Royal Kingdom Estate, building communities, nurturing dreams. And imagine spending your New Year surrounded by the heart-warming, breathtaking beauty of Dubai. Global Wings is offering a 7-day tour package from 27 December through 3rd January, just for you. This offer and package includes return airfare, return airport transfer, 7 nights accommodation, daily half-board meal, visa, travel insurance, Dubai City tour, and more. For more information, call 055-368-8398 or 055-018-8181. Global Wings Travel and Tour, truly global, proudly Ghanaian. All right, Nathan.
If you are looking to elevate your career with globally recognized skills, 0800 Africa presents a new Microsoft Skills for Jobs micro degree program in collaboration with Microsoft and KMK University of Applied Sciences in Finland. If you are interested, visit 0800africa.com or send an email. Contact us at 0800africa.com or call 0302 739 000 to learn more. Sign up today. Picture this: you're home after a long day, you want to relax, but the mattress is sagging beneath you. You need to go and change that mattress. Go to Latex Foam. They've got very, very good mattresses and furniture crafted with your ultimate relaxation in mind. Visit their website, latexfoamghana.com, or call them on 0302-231-155. Remember, Latex Foam is your partner for life. And the Association of Ghana Industries is collaborating with the Ministry of Trade and Industry and the Ghana Standards Authority to bring you the 13th AGI Ghana Industry and Quality Awards. It's happening on the 20th of November, 6 p.m. at the Accra International Conference Center. The theme, Navigating the Uncertainties of Our Business Landscape to Sustain Productivity. If you want a ticket, call 024-449-9101. Be part of this exciting event.
And yes, Mums is finally here. The news we've all been waiting for. Your favorite Cerelac now comes in a new variant with a combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals. Guess what? This new Cerelac, which is wheat and maize, comes at an affordable price of only 2 Ghana cedis per sachet. To prepare this one, just add milk. In fact, Cerelac weight here, the milk Cerelac. Care for them. Count on us. This advert is FDA approved. And hello, people. The Pledge Against Corruption campaign, a GACCGIIACEP initiative with funding support from the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office FCDO, is hosting a public forum on anti-corruption and governance commitments of political parties ahead of the 2024 elections. The forum will bring together key representatives from political parties, academia, government, CSOs, etc., etc. The aim is to ensure anti-corruption reforms, transparency at the forefront of the political agenda as we go to the elections. So join us on Thursday, November 14 at the Mövenpick Ambassador Hotel in Accra, starting at 9:30 a.m. Come witness this important conversation about shaping a corruption-free Ghana for all. Do not miss out on this crucial step towards promoting transparency and accountability in Ghana.
More on these when we come back. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Efia, I've been thinking. Have you noticed the changes in our community?
Kojo, things are really different now. The MPP has really made a difference.
Exactly. Free SHS, healthcare, new factories. It's like a whole new Ghana.
And don't forget, electricity is so much reliable now. I remember when we used to go days without light.
True. The NPP has done a lot to improve the basics.
Ajua is a beneficiary of free SHS, and now she is in university.
And that's the kind of leadership we need. Someone who is focused on making things better for everyone. But Efia, still there are a lot more to be done for the development of Ghana.
Absolutely, Kojo. The NPP has shown that real progress is possible.
On December 7th, let's vote to keep this positive impact going. Vote number 1 on the ballot. Vote NPP for a better and prosperous Ghana.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Wow. Good job.
The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you hoping to start university this January? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and up to 50% scholarship to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless possibilities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our January 2025 intake. Apply now for our foundation program. For more information, contact us at +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
OneXBet values your activity and wants to celebrate with you. Stay with us and enjoy 1x free bet, a weekly reward just for you. Sign up at onexbet.com.gh with promo code GHFREE to get a 300% welcome bonus. Bet to the correct score from Tuesday to Monday and get a guaranteed free bet. Millions are already winning. Join your friends and experience the thrill of victory with 1x free bets. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for persons under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
From the classroom to the lab, from the village to the city, the NPP's commitment to education is building a brighter Ghana. Free SHS isn't just about free tuition, it's an investment in Ghana's future. We have topped it up with free TVET and STEM education, skilled graduates, innovative thinkers, and a thriving economy. That's the promise of free SHS.
3 of my cousins have benefited from free SHS since 2017. One has graduated and is in nursing training. The other 2 are also in the university. I'll vote number 1. I'll vote for Baumia on December 7.
We are building a better tomorrow through education. Vote NPP. Vote number 1. Vote Baumia. Baumia means business. Estro.
From the comforting hugs and reconnecting moments to the thoughtful eulogies, funerals, whether big or small, must be dignifying. And that's what Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium was set up for. From our state-of-the-art facilities for preserving remains through our 450-seater chapel to our meticulously managed cemetery, we've got these and everything else you might need in one place. So if sending a loved one off in a dignified manner matters to you, reach out to Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium immediately you lose a loved one. Call us on 050-953-2409 or visit us at lashibifuneralhomes.com. Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium. Dignity for the deceased, comfort for the bereaved.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Tonight, more of your messages coming through. Good morning, Bernard and team. Whose responsibility is it to keep the lawns on our roads? It's either the minister in charge is incompetent or the staff they supervise. Jim from Achimota. Good morning, Bernard and team. Kumasi people keep their median green and neatly cut. Accra should learn from Kumasi people. That's correct. Because last time I went to the Garden City,
it didn't look like
the garden is, you know. I was wondering where the garden is.
Hasn't looked like the Garden City in a while. Go on.
Oh, man. This one says, good morning, team. Can we please talk about street lights? The whole of Abelenkwe to 37th stretch doesn't have any functioning.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. We're still talking about street lights here.
It's a whole city.
After some political, parliamentary candidates elected, some of these things and put their stickers on them, we still have a very, very dark city, right? Sad situation. Good morning, Bernard. The Highways Authority has no case. We need to streamline the road sector. This is from Yao Ansong Donkokrum. The entire road sector is a crime scene, you say. There is another group of road engineering under the MLGDRD. That must be Ministry of Local Government Development and Rural MLGDRD, who are primarily moved from Department of Urban Roads. They have been left in a sorry state, you say. Please ask your roads people about plans to have track-only lanes out of our major harbour roads. Considering that Tema is a harbour city, my biggest concern is that to this day we haven't incorporated track lanes on the motorway and beach road to ease the traffic in every serious harbour city. This is a decisive plan, as tracks have the tendency to stall traffic on the freeways. Once dedicated lanes and track restrictive lanes are determined, we reduce the bottlenecks and the slow moving traffic caused by tracks. We are commissioning all these roads, and yet it's free for all type approach. I dread the bottleneck on that Junction Mall interchange. There is a roundabout at the lower level at Palace interchange, another bottleneck. By the way, yes, I am an engineer and I can bet this will go back to financing. Go for it. There's the issue also about, someone is talking about dedicated lanes for trucks. And sometimes when we fix these flyovers, we allow for overloaded trucks to actually drive on them.
They ruin the roads
and they ruin them actually.
Especially with all the construction happening, you see a lot of these heavy trucks on inner city roads, like the Western Link, for instance, in my neighborhood, the Western Link Road,
right,
that was done from Tunga to last stop.
Yes.
From Ham, the
Right.
Ham Junction.
Right.
So from St. Bernadette all the way through to, it's gone.
Yeah, I
That road is.
I drove on it.
In fact, when that road was being constructed, you did a report on it. That road is not 3 years old.
I used it over the weekend.
That road is not 3 years old. You've seen the state of the road now.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed.
Yeah, the road has broken up like Gary Photo.
It felt like Kanzo,
the road is broken up
good.
because there's a lot of heavy truck movement on that part of the road every single day.
It's quite a thing, but Godfred, we understand that the Supreme Court. Yes, so we'll cross over to the Supreme Court quickly and bring you live updates from the hearing or today's ruling. The judgment will be delivered today.
At the end of the day,
yes,
we'll know who majority leader is.
Okay. In the meantime, if you're looking for reliable, uninterrupted electricity supply, Deep Solar Ghana has you covered. For only 58,000 Ghana cedis, you can go fully solar and enjoy independence from the great no more lights off or power fluctuations. Just peace of mind and savings. So call now 059-549-4113 or visit deepsolarghana.com to learn more. Remember, your energy independence begins when you call Deep Solar. So we're crossing over to the Supreme Court now.
This is Citi 97.3. This is Citi 97.3.
All rise. What didn't you understand?
This is Citi 97.3. This is City 97.
All right, so that was the ruling from the Supreme Court. Now we're going to speak with our court correspondent who has been bringing us updates from the Supreme Court the last couple of times that we've been to the Supreme Court, Jude Mensah Duncan, and he's joining us on the line right now. Jude. Hello, Jude. All right, so we will try and raise Jude on the line shortly to bring us some better perspective as to what the ruling actually was and where do we go from here shortly after this break.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Spare driver, are you sending the sales?
Boss, medicana kopim.
Hey, what the car to me so?
Boss, you no renew the insurance.
Tell it, I didn't have time. Oh, I had to go to the farm.
You can insure on the farm.
And I had to go to the market too.
You could have insured in the market.
I had to cook supper for my wife.
Even in the kitchen, you can still insure.
But how?
By texting or buyer on 0242 426 396 to help insure with Provident Insurance on WhatsApp from anywhere.
Annie,
babia. With Obaya, now you can insure your car anywhere, anytime. On WhatsApp, text Obaya on 0242 426 396 today. With Provident.
Man, you are covered.
Dr. Baumian once said,
every constituency will get $1 million every year for rural and deprived communities. Under this program, there should be no village or community in Ghana after the first 2 years that would have a water problem or a toilet problem.
Next joke, please. Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. At Heritage Christian University, you're assured of quality education, accredited by GTEC and affiliated to KNUST and UCC. We offer programs like Bachelor of Business Administration, Community Development and Theology, Theology and Ministry, Psychology, Nursing, Information Technology, Information Security, and Business Information Technology. Professional programs like ICA, CIMG, CIHRM, ABE. We also offer short courses on media and IT. What makes Heritage stand out is our experience and scholar practitioner faculty, entrepreneurial training with financial support, ultramodern facilities, and hostels. Qualifications for entry is WASI or SSC or GBCE, HND or Diploma Top-Up. Mature 25 years and above. Heritage is located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. Contact us on 054 777 7731 or 020 229 8399 or www.hcuc.edu.gh.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Wow. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Dr. Baumian once said,
the economy is going to grow and grow and grow, and we will have jobs and jobs and jobs. This is the economy of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
The unemployment rate, which stood at just 8% in 2016, has hit an all-time high of 15%. The latest 2024 Afrobarometer indicates that unemployment is the biggest problem facing the nation. You trust this liar at your own peril. Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
The luckiest.
Star 712 #.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed star 712 hash and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Dial star 712 hash. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial star 712 hash. Now I to take it through as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win is the car prizes are in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Now join in the winning streak now.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah, the luckiest.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
The Supreme Court has ruled in favor of the Majority Leader Alexander Penyo-Markin. We understand that Counsel for the Speaker of Parliament, Thaddeus Sorry, could not make it or did not show up in court today. But according to the Apex Court, the plaintiff action succeeds with full judgment to be put out later. The 4 MPs whose seats have been a subject of contention are Guna West MP Cynthia Mamle Morrison and Memphis Central's Peter Yao Kwache Aka, Pedro Asante MP for Suhum, and Fomena MP Andrew Esiama Amwako. The case was brought forward by Alexander Penyo-Markin, Majority Leader, who challenged the Speaker Alban Bagben's declaration of these seats as vacant without prejudicial oversight or the initiation of by-election. Bagben declared the 4 seats vacant on October 17, 2024, where he argued that the MPs in question had violated constitutional requirements which he believed justified their removal from office. However, this morning's decision by a 5-2 majority favors the Majority Leader Alexander Penyo-Markin. It's a very short one. But now in the studio, I have with me an interesting conversation that reminds us all of the ecological threats that we are facing. Achimota Speaks is coming up again, and always raising relevant conversations to get the attention and conscience of the nation. This time around, we are looking at Ghana's death by Galamsey. Who will bail the cat? Ghana's death by Galamsey. Who will bail the cat? Achimota Speaks is happening once again, and I have some wonderful persons in the studio for a conversation on this. Kwesi Oko is chairman for Achimota Speaks. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, and the name is Oko.
Oko. Yes. Thank you, Kwesi Oko. Yes. Right, I guess we keep fighting.
Yes, definitely.
Fights. Fantastic, I love it. Yao Bene Amponsa, you're a member of the committee.
Yes.
It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
In the studio. So, welcome. Let's talk about Achimota Speaks this year.
Well, Achimota Speaks, as you know, we do every year. Mm-hmm. We do 2 sessions every year. One in March to coincide with our Founders Day, and one in November to coincide with our Speech and Prize Giving Day. So this 2024 November, we're doing the second one. Right. You've been to the ones we've had before. Yeah. This one is very interesting because it's an existential threat on Ghana. And we thought it was a great topic to make people sit up and understand that they have a big, big problem. Galamsey is not a simple matter. It's not just the water. is the chemicals in the water. It's what it will do to our bodies. You know, already a few children are being born deformed.
Yeah.
So it's a big palaver. Yao here is the expert on that kind of matter. So
right.
I'll let him
So
take over.
why this topic? Because some people feel that no, we're getting closer to the election, so we should focus more on conversations that pertain to perhaps a peaceful election where we reduce our incidents of violence during election. And then some also feel that look, the steam in the Galamsey conversation is gone. But why is Achimota Speaks trying to keep the focus on Galamsey?
Because it's important to keep relevant conversations going. As my chairman, Mr. Okun, said, this is an existential threat, and we don't need to overlook it. We mustn't overlook it, and it's an ongoing fight until the issue of Galamsey is solved. There's so many dimensions to it. Okay, there's the impact on flora and fauna, impact on health, water resources, and all the economic dimensions of it, that it's critically important that we keep the conversation going and we keep putting on the pressure. I think that Galamsey must be a political issue, though not partisan, but we need to make it a political issue.
Efforts of leadership.
And we need the leaders to pay attention and to tell us how they are going to deal with it.
No, let me pick your thoughts, right, Chairman, since you decide to focus on Galamsey for your Achimota Speaks. I mean, since the media raised this Galamsey campaign again, organized labor came in, threatened to go on strike, and then in the nick of time when everyone was expecting them to strike, then they tell us, oh no, we are not going on strike anymore. We feel the government has heeded to some of the demands we are making, even though the main thing people were asking for, declare moratorium, state of emergency, ban the thing, then let's get into it and clear the thing. Now, government has said that they have deployed some military people to some rivers here and there. It's been some months down the line. Do you think that on its own, the government is fighting this faithfully, for which we can go to bed?
To be honest with you, I'm 75 years old. I've seen all this before. Lots of noise. At the end of the day, you look for the results. And you look and you look and you can't find it. Where we are now, if we keep quiet, nothing will happen. Then talk will be made, no results. So it is people like us who have to keep the pressure on to put the topic in the minds of the leadership so that they keep working at it, not just talk about it. It is about our life. It's about our life. We're going to have elections. We finish the elections, then we're going to drink poisoned water. What was the use? What was the use? So we need to keep the pressure on. Our stance is this. Galamsey is an existential threat to Ghana. We need somebody to bail the cat. And we are looking for that cat to push him hard all the time. That is what we are doing. Because if we don't do that, the talk will be done, children will be deformed, we will be drinking poison water and having cancer and all that kind of stuff. And then our children tomorrow ask us, what did you people do?
Right.
We are doing something.
Right.
We want everybody to do something.
That's an interesting one, because I see that you have empaneled a panel of very seasoned persons who you are very versed in this area to address Achimota Speaks. Tell me about your speakers, their pedigree, what they bring to this conversation, why we must listen when Achimota speaks.
So our keynote speaker is Professor Chris Gordon.
Oh, fantastic.
From the Institute of Environmental and Sanitation Studies.
Right.
He has actually been at the forefront of this fight for years. He started highlighting this problem way before it became a topical issue. Our panelists include Ehuna Brim Prajinsem VI, who is the chief of Asin Kushia, but he's also chairman of the board of Perseus Mining.
Right.
So he's very active in mining. And as you know, his brother is Sir Sam Jonah as well, so it's very knowledgeable in mining. as well, and he's even received recently a sanitation award. So
Right.
he is concerned and he's knowledgeable in the area. We also have Ken Ashigbe, the convener of the Media Coalition Against Galamsey, who has also been actively involved as well. And we have an environmentalist, Aula Sewa. You may know her father, Mr. Kebi Asante. She's an activist as well. But it's not
I
just...
didn't know she's an Akura as
Yes,
well.
yeah. It's not all one-sided. We've also invited the National Small Scale Miners Association,
Right.
and they will be there too. So we hear from them and what can be done better, because they also recognize that there is a problem.
Right.
So all our panelists, especially our keynote speaker, have very relevant experience to share.
Chairman, I come to you because you say that we need a lot of action here. And I see that elite institutions like yours is trying to keep the conversation
burning,
frontlined and all of that. But yet again, we see that it's what it is. Achimota speaks. We'll be speaking.
Yes.
And there's not been a death of speaking. There's been a lot of talk to the extent that we've almost lost him. People think the momentum is gone. People are tired, and they feel that it's more action that we need to see on the ground. And it looks like for all those who are doing the speaking, we've been consistent at the speaking, from the media to you and all our guest speaker and the discussants who'll be there. Do you have some of those whose mandate is to act, showing up?
I am with you. There's been,
You
like
feel
I
me?
said, there's a lot of speaking, and we need action. You're correct. But our forum gives the people who need to say what needs to be done
Yeah.
the ability to make those statements. So these people have been talking. Our ambit to them is to say, you've talked. What should we do?
Okay.
What should be done? What should leadership be doing?
Right.
Yeah.
And we've also invited many of the policy institutions as well. We've also invited many of the policy institutions to come and to listen, and we always have a Q&A,
Okay.
and they have the opportunity to contribute as well.
Okay.
The Yoruba people say conversations that are important must be continued for so long that even the deaf begin to hear.
Wow.
So this is what we are doing. While action required, we must never stop speaking about it and bringing all the different dimensions. And there are some things that people don't even... The unions, I believe, were short-sighted. The areas most seriously affected by Galamsey.
You don't mean it?
Who would think that it has an impact on railway development, for instance? So regardless of government policy, best intentions, capital, we cannot build a rail line through the area because people are digging all over the place, right? It has an impact on food production. It has an impact on health. Water Aid estimates that by 2030, Ghana will be importing water. So the talk must never cease. And the talk includes asking for action.
Right.
And what the ordinary citizenry can mobilize to do if the policymakers don't.
Chairman, after Achimota speaks, what next? I mean, what are we to see at the end of the session? Achimota speaks.
Well, what we do as usual, and we will do it more strongly this time, is that we don't just speak. At the end of the day, we will make a policy statement. We will put together what has been suggested, what has been asked to be done, and we give it to the right people, the policymakers, the people who need to take action, so that they cannot say they have not been served. They will be served.
I like it.
Then it is their job now to get going. And if they don't get going, we'll probably have another Smunta Speaks to wake them up.
I love it. I love the energy, and we are doing this in partnership with. This will be live on Channel 1 Television.
Yes.
And Citi as well.
Correct.
So where is the venue? What time is it? Who can be there? Let's get into those details.
So
go on. Yeah.
So everyone is invited.
Right.
Achimota Speaks is not only for Achimotans. It is a platform that we've set up for national conversations,
Right.
and everyone is invited. It will be held at the British Council Hall.
Okay.
Tomorrow, 13th November.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yes, at
Right.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Prompt. 6 p.m. prompt. We always start on time and we finish on time. And it will be covered by Channel 1 TV. We are
Live
grateful
on
to
Channel
you.
1, right.
Very grateful.
But
Very
we
grateful.
also have a phone number
Okay.
that, with your permission, I can put out is for people to submit questions ahead.
Okay.
So it is 055 339 8483.
055 339 8483. So people can send questions ahead
On WhatsApp.
Okay, on WhatsApp.
So it can be read.
That's a good one.
And answered.
Yes.
That's a good one. I like it. Achimota Speaks, thank you so much for doing what you do. It's happening tomorrow, 6 p.m. British Council is the venue. Keynote speaker is Professor Akora Chris Gordon. And then our discussants are Ken Ashigbe, Nana Ehuna Bobrimpra Ajinsem the 6th. Wow. And then Accra Na Awula Sewa, and then you have Mr. Gordon Ama. He is with the Small Scale Miners Association. Before you take leave of us, I just want you to give us your final words for those who think that this is a lost cause, this is another talk shop, we are not going, we are not even participating. Why should we care? You know, put some ginger in the system of the people for me.
Well, development is an exchange of ideas. Primarily, that's what it is, right? And so we must always talk about what needs to be spoken about.
Right.
The most important thing affecting us right now, in our opinion, is the impact of Galamsey, and we think we must continue to make it topical.
Right.
My view always is about the person. Our lives are at stake. We are drinking water which has been cleaned by water and sewerage. Hopefully, there are no trace metals, no heavy metals, nothing inside that we can't see there because the water looks white. But it's going to kill us if it is there. And it is there because of this galamsey.
And it doesn't even look pure.
It doesn't even look pure. So people must realize that it is their lives that we are talking about. And then some people come and say, but galamsey is going to kill jobs. And we say, so should we allow armed robbery? Armed robbery will kill somebody's job, but it's illegal. Galamsey is illegal. That's it.
I'm sure, well, that's it. Solutions will be proffered with respect to jobs and what else we can do with our young people when they abandon the mining pits and all of that.
Correct.
It's my pleasure to have spoken to you, Kwesi Okun, chairman of Achimota Speaks. We keep the fight going on.
Correct.
I love it.
That's why it's my name.
I love
The
it.
Fight.
No, you're a fighter. You know, with all the gray, I feel the fire in your bones. I love it. And then Yao Bennett Amponsa, you're a member of Achimota Speaks Committee. Gentlemen, thank you for passing through.
Thank you very much.
for having us.
Excellent.
Thank you.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Okay, so you must say, come on. Can you feel it? Say, can you feel it? Yeah, bro. Can you feel it? Say, one time. Can you feel it? Say, hold on. Come on. 1, 2, jump the dance. 2, 3, 4, 5, go.
loads and loads of messages touching on the roads, the street lights, the potholes, all coming on the heels of the strike action, indefinite strike declared by the Ghana Highway Authority workers. Here's some of your messages. The suit, as I remember, was never about what the speaker did. So why this pronouncement? The suit was to seek interpretation of Article 97 of the Constitution. So are we still waiting for that information? When the suit was filed, the speaker had not made any determination. Than a few other comments, yeah?
This one says, now that the Supreme Court has ruled that carpet crossing is not a basis for MPs to lose their seats in Parliament, I'm wondering if there will be a head count before every parliamentary session to determine who the majority is. Because if members can decide at will which group they want to join to do business at any time in Parliament, then there will not be a static majority and minority. The numbers will always be fluid, and MPs can join any group at any time they want to. Very interesting comments coming in there.
And to some other comments, good morning. Thanks for always discussing very important issues on your program. Please keep it up. Now, find out from the Minister of Roads and Highways why they are painting the beautiful concrete pillars and the walls of the overheads. I believe these paintings and their maintenance will be very expensive. The concrete is already beautiful. It can be washed when dirty. We need to use our borrowed money prudently. This is also a potential incident in road safety because it can distract both drivers and pedestrians. Let's find out how much these paintings and their maintenance cost taxpayers. This is very sad. Robert from Spinkters Road sent that through. Good morning, team. About road safety this morning, please let me chip in this. The last time I saw the street light at Taifa and its enclaves as in functioning was in August. Since that time, our roads have been very, very dark. Ronaldo Kwame well, it's not only Taifa, right? I think we can all mention a good number of roads that are pitch dark.
Lots of the roads, many parts of this town are in darkness when you drive around. It's so dangerous. You are not sure what it is you are going to encounter. So Kwame, thank you for this message concerning Taifa. At least he's spoken about where he lives. I'm sure there are so many other people who are experiencing the same thing, drivers, commuters, all of them. The
Gimpa bypass, the Legon bypass is also very dark at night. Like, I mean, the N1 is dark, 37, so many places. And I really do not understand why we've had to speak about this over and over again. Just had a conversation, Nathan, with Touchmotor Speaks. They're going to have a lecture tomorrow, public lecture on Ghana's death by Galamsey, who will bail the cat. Again, this is a topic that we have spoken about on and on and on and on. And I don't know how that fight is going. Whether the military who were sent there for 2 weeks are back, or they are still in there, whether new deployment has been made, the committee that was set up by the president to look into the issues that were raised about illegal mining, all of that. I mean,
it's I get you. I understand your sense of frustration. We really don't know what the update is. Really don't know what the update is.
I don't know. And it's like until people make demands for these things, the government is not saying anything. And then when there is a campaign for same, they say, oh, it's a Charlie. It's top of the hour. I'm getting frustrated. But Nathan, thank you. Earlier you heard Bernardino Kokuable and Godfred Akotubwa for myself, Caleb Kudafred, Tete Jabano, Shiba Araba Benning, together with Susu Yao Graham. Edwin Kofi was our man on technical. Many thanks to Abeku. Godfred Abeku Odum, the richest man. He has been putting together all the beautiful songs you've heard so far today. And he says we should end on this note of a very big God, and a big decision has come through from the Supreme Court. Guess who's here with the news at 10 with all the big stories on the hour? Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Good morning, Hawa.
Good morning, Caleb. Now the Supreme Court has ruled against the Speaker of Parliament.